You have 68 wins. You cannot 69 Nina.
I am that reminder that no matter how far you get in life, there's going to be someone like me, born with much more than you do, who can cash in and take it all away at any moment.
Now, you know what? Now, I don't know who you've been talking to, but it's obvious that you hadn't talked to me. I pull rank around here, and everybody better remember that.
Ooh, follow the white rabbit.
The mask has been removed, but I tell you what, he's still the same pro wrestler, whether he's wearing a mask or not.
You can call this the New World Order of Wrestling, brother.
Whoa!
We got a mom in the front row who taught her daughter how to suck dick.
None of you can handle Tekla. None of you can handle the Sisters of Sin. And none of you silly bitches can handle the Triangle of Madness.
Oakley has Trey. Look at the speed, the rotation, the impact.
What is going on, everybody? Welcome once again to the Saturday Shenanigans, hosted by yours truly, the Renegade JJ Williams. Hi guys. Hi guys. CM Punk drama bullshit to the side. I still consider Hangman the worst AEW champion they've had. First of all, we're going to bring in Walter Cruz.
I said that as a joke when, what's his name, did his promo Monday. He said, I'm from a prestige university. I said he majored in Steiner, man.
We've got the Heb man, James Hebert, in the house.
I do really cool in dumb teams. Mutants.
Right. A lot of shit going on here. A lot of fucking crazy ass shit.
Where is Noah JD? Well, say his name and he appears, because we believe in Noah Foster.
Fuck is this intro? It is one of those things where as fans we do have these desires for what we want to see, but sometimes you can't always get what you want, and there are reasons you truly don't get what you want. I wouldn't even listen to this in Grand Theft Auto San Andreas. What the fuck is this shit? God, rap is whack. Like I said, never been a greater time to be a wrestling fan than with more companies in a more lucrative spot, in a more comfortable business spot, in a sense of mind, it seems, than ever. Again, WWE is not the only one. It is not the end-all, be-all. So let's go back to the Renegade Wrestling JJ Williams to get the official word. JJ, speak!
Make sure you tune in every week, because you never know who's going to drop in to join the shenanigans. Catboy is in the house.
Hello, my internet family. I say if you want to make them as evil as possible, make them really mad.
We have Mansfield joining the party now. What is going on, Josh?
Like I told no one when we were in Cleveland, him joining Chase U was just an unfortunate side effect of my shenanigans towards you, JJ. I know how it can get better, Noah. The panel chooses you.
Shut the fuck up, Josh.
He said that so like.
We got some of the intro back.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Just like how you and I had lunch together the other week.
That was different.
Ladies and gentlemen, the King is here. Say his name and he appears. We believe in King A-Train. There are so many believers in Joe Hendry. The only person on this panel that doesn't believe in Joe Hendry is King A-Train. Tell the world why you do not believe in Joe Hendry.
The reason I do not believe Joe Hendry is he is Fandango 2.0 in a entrance merchant. I rest my case, Your Honor.
Hey! There's something wrong with being an entrance merchant. He
He has some of the best entrances of all time.
Teleporting into the command center, all the way from Angel Grove High, Datilla.
Oh, yeah. I went to the command center on Thursday. I went to Vasquez Rocks, which is where they filmed a lot of episodes. Somebody actually climbed to the very top of those rocks. I made it halfway. I was like, I'm not going up there. Definitely Toni Storm versus Mariah May. That's the one match I probably am looking forward to the most. I really like the story. I'm familiar with all about Eve, so if it plays out that way, I kind of know how this is gonna go.
Say goodnight, Datilla.
Good night.
James, you did say his name. So he shall appear, ladies and gentlemen, the first time on the Shenanigans. Jeff Meacham is in the motherfucking house.
Ah! All right, we're coming in hard with the botch. All right, fucking hell. It's good to be back. It's good to have an opportunity to talk to the crowd on a Saturday. If you want to have yourself stomach through it, you can go back and watch when the main event McAfee took over Impact. That's what James was talking about. So if everybody just joined us, we're talking about people sedating people, attempted murder, boys, and tips. Welcome to Saturday Shenanigans, everybody. Aren't you glad I'm back?
Welcome back, Devin.
Cool.
Get it? Got it.
What is going on, everybody, and welcome to the weekly moderated insanity known as the Saturday Shenanigans. It is I, your host with the most, the Renegade of Wrestling, JJ Williams, joined by my elite panel. We've got Mr. Reliable, Walter Cruz, who looks like he's about to go to sleep in his chair there.
I'm really close to. Are we all elite, though?
No, we don't get graphics. We don't get hugs. None of that stuff. But
how's it going? Long time.
I know, right? Seems like a little over an hour. We've got the man who made James squeal like a stuck pig in the intro. Jeff Meacham is here.
I am here. Yes, I enjoyed the new variant on the intro prior to all our own intros, like the actual new clips. That was cool. I enjoyed those.
Thank you. Yeah. Cool. I was sitting here thinking about it the other day, and I was like, I've got some new stuff that I want to add in there.
Sure.
But at the same time, I want a variety.
Yeah.
Because I felt like it was too TV centric, the old info. And this past year especially, we've really started branching out into some of the indies.
100%.
So I wanted there to be some of that in there. I wanted there to be classic wrestling clips.
Yes.
You can't get much more classic than Crockett era Arn Anderson talking about the Four Horsemen.
No. And man, Bubba Ray is still a classic in Dayton, Ohio, baby.
You know what? I don't think that clip will ever leave.
It can't now.
I had to throw the modern TNA clip. That was the thing. I wanted there to be a classic, a modern, and an indie.
Okay.
And then just keep that pattern going. Classic, modern, indie. Classic, modern, indie. So I threw in the modern TNA with, the bunny, for a certain somebody who's not with us right now. I had to get a little triangle of madness going up in there.
Yeah, that was cool to see them. Like I said, I haven't watched a whole AEW lately. I'm getting back into it. That was neat.
That literally was like from last week's Dynamite.
Right.
I had to get the Mina clip. Have to have the obligatory Mina clip.
Well, yeah, and that one's just probably better than the other one.
You can't 69 Mina. It's like, but how many are going to try? How many are going to try?
Talk about being a model to 69.
Yeah. Dylan, come back. Sorry. I was trying to get him so he's telling me happy birthday. Well, he just got home. Get over here. Anyway, go ahead. I'm sorry. I'm interrupting your spiel about your opening. I apologize.
No, it's all good. But yeah, you know, and then the slow-mo revolver clip, like that literally had to be in stitches when it happened live.
Yeah, that's the best shit ever.
Freaking Trey Miguel took a hit. Yeah, Trey Miguel took a hit off of a vape, blew it in his face, and the whole thing until they made the hot tag was in slow-mo. It was like 5 minutes of match in slow motion. It was some of the greatest shit ever.
That kind of stuff is what gets the freaking diehard people just their panties in a bunch, like last night's SmackDown. I know we're going to talk about that, I'm sure.
Yeah.
But
I mean, Trey Miguel, when he posted the clip, even posted it, and the headline was like, "Meltzer isn't going to like this."
Exactly. And
but you know who is going to like it? Actual wrestling fans.
Right.
Fans that actually realize that this is entertainment as well as sport.
Yeah. Last night's SmackDown was not for everybody, but damn it, I was entertained as hell by that show. I'll tell you what.
We do have a couple other people to bring in.
I know.
One half of the Canadian connection is here.
Ooh.
Nick is here. How are we doing tonight, Nick?
What's up, fellas?
Jesus.
Jeff, I missed you.
You sound like you're in slow motion.
I was going to say.
He sounds like he's ready to go memes, or like he's trying to keep his voice down because his wife is trying to go memes.
Yeah, it's bad. I'm trying to. Tonight is not a ranting and raving deck.
Yes.
Save that. We save that for our interviews that we're doing.
Yes.
That's
okay.
okay.
I missed you, Jeff.
That's okay. I miss me too.
And then we have, she's yours, she's mine, she's our Canadian friend, Ash.
We're both here.
We got to get you an actual theme song.
Seriously, we need to have Riff invest in AI and just have an AI where that is sung like an old TV theme, like, you know, Ranger Joe or something, you know?
Oh my God, with that I can't. Jesus Christ, JJ.
It would just be hilarious. She's mine, she's our Canadian friend.
She's the greatest Canuck I know. Here is Ashley.
But just this bubblegummy jingle that we can hit and play every time she comes in.
Every time.
Like we used to do the do when Datilla would come in, but just a literal jingle form of that, you know.
Everybody needs their own jingle.
No, not everybody, because then we would kill the gimmick, and we don't want to kill gimmicks around here.
That is true.
Hey,
there's already one gimmick we beat in the ground. We did it at least twice, if not 3 times, on the watch along. So we're going to try not to do it tonight, but you know.
Good to know.
But how are you doing tonight, Ash? You look
doing
lovely
good,
as always.
Thank you.
So right out the gate, let's address the elephant in the room. For those of you that did not see the social media post, for those of you that did not see me pop in at the start of the GCW Watch Long stream that James and Ryan is doing.
Oh.
Unfortunately, there was a familial medical emergency with Kayla Lopez, and she messaged me asking if we could reschedule for some point during the week. You know, obviously, we've already got interviews booked for Tuesday and Thursday, so those days were out.
Yeah.
I work Sunday and Monday, so those days are out.
Yeah.
So that just leaves Monday and Friday. So I asked her about Monday. She gave me her availability. I asked if the availability was the same on Friday. She said yes. So I was like, okay, let's do Monday, 7 Eastern, 4 Pacific. Is that good with you? She said yes. So rescheduled, not canceled, just temporarily postponed.
And that's okay.
Yeah, but you know, again, at least she messaged me, communicated. Communication is key, everybody. Where's Mark Briscoe when we need him? The word of the day is communication.
He said the word of the day. Ah! Oh, I just aged myself.
No, you didn't, because Jeff knows all about some Pee-wee. Pee-wee's Christmas special is one of Jeff's go-tos for Christmas every year.
That shit was put on YouTube by Pee-wee's account, and it has not left my watch later playlist since. Like, I made like if I just have like a bad day, it's like fuck it, I'm on Pee-wee's Playhouse Christmas special, whatever. I will say this: you're talking about theme songs for everybody. Greg popped the shit out of me on Wednesday's Greg Cherry show. Did the whole Greg Cherry show intro, whatever, and then he played Magdalene to bring me in, the old XMV song. I was like, God damn it, really? Just completely caught me off guard. If you didn't, y'all never saw XMV, just thank yourself, first of all. Because like 99 of those are not worth it. But man, I was so energized, and that's how my week at Disney started. And I had a really, really great couple of days. So thank my buddy Greg for starting me off for that great week. And I put the post out, whatever it was, Thursday night, Friday morning. So yeah, it's been a great week, and I am so happy I get to be here with you guys doing this too. So,
and we're glad that you get to be here doing this. It's not every week that we get you on the show. So yeah, when we can get that special guest appearance from Jeff Meacham, we know it's a good night.
Well, it is kind of a big day around here, but we're he was out of the game with his grandpa, so I figured, okay, I'll step in here now.
Shout out to Dev, Jojo, and Charles in the chat. But so let's just jump into it. We're hot off the heels of Stand and Deliver. I know Nick didn't watch the show. Ash, did you get to see any of it, or were you at work the whole time?
I was off today, but I had to run errands with my mom.
Okay. So I'm not going to sit here. A lot of times we go match by match on these things, and I feel like it takes forever.
Yes.
But that's not what the recaps are supposed to be. It's just supposed to be high points. The high points for Stand and Deliver, aside from what Walter is flexing there, because go ahead, rub it in. Let's get you the solo. That's right, Mamacita.
She's
Vice
so sexy
City.
red next to her, but I'll make her twerk. There you go.
Oh my
God
Lord.
damn it. The women, we've been saying it for the longest time, but NXT is the women's division. And out of the 6 matches, 7 if you count the pre-show.
Yeah.
But out of the 6 matches on the main card, the 3 women's matches were better than the 3 men's matches. And that's not to say that the men's matches were bad in any way.
No.
But the women were out to make a point. And it started with JC defending the title against Lola and Kendall. And it was a fantastic match. Everybody was damn near in tears. Walter's over here trying not to cry because his Mamacita finally won the title. I'm over here trying not to shed a tear. Lola is celebrating, trying not to cry.
Right.
And if you looked closely, it looked like JC was trying not to cry.
Definitely.
Yeah.
And people want to say what they want to say about the 3rd best member of Toxic Attraction now leading her own Toxic Attraction-esque stable, the Fatal Influence.
Oh.
But 2-time NXT Women's Champion, TNA Knockouts Champion, and she looked like she was about to start crying watching Lola celebrate, knowing that it was her that put her over like that, kind of like when Charlotte put Rhea over. The passing of the guard, like it was a beautiful thing to see.
It's been a week of that, Jay. Trish and Mickey put up their post on the 2nd about their 20th anniversary. God damn, I feel old on that post. Holy
right.
Of their match at WrestleMania in Chicago. Women's wrestling is is as hot as it's ever been, and I mean that in the technical sense. You preverts, go back to bed, you jerks. But I was so proud of everybody on that show today, and like I said, I'm glad I had the time off I do, because I get to be a part of a lot of the women's calls we're doing during WrestleMania week. So that's going to be so awesome for me, and I appreciate the opportunity. It's going to be good stuff.
Yeah, absolutely. Walter, go ahead, take a minute. In the words of Keith Lee, bask in the glory of your Mamacita's victory here.
It was good. An awesome job between all three of them. And they got me good at one point. I thought Kendo had it before Lola came back and broke that up. I was like, oh, shit, they're going to do it. Kendo won. But I knew, I had a deep down feeling that 100% that JC wasn't retaining. So I knew it was one or the other. Because she's had enough of the title run. She's elevated where she can do. What else is there left to do in NXT? I really think she is main roster bound. Which is funny because you just said people thought she was the weakest of Toxic Attraction, and look where she's at now.
She's the only one that's still employed.
Yeah. And she's
by WWE, yeah.
So good for her. But yeah, man, when that 3 came, woo! I jumped out of my fat ass got up too fast. But with a tear in my eye, my wife said, "You're crying because she won." It's like, you don't understand. Non-wrestling fans don't understand, man.
Right.
No, I totally agree with you, and to further prove that point, I hearken back to Forbidden Door and Brian coming out the first time in years to Final Countdown.
Oh.
And how emotional I got on the air. And people in my house did not understand why I was getting the way I was getting.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, you're just not going to understand. To you, it's a cheesy 80s song with a synthesizer. To me, that's years of memories. Being in that intimate crowd, singing the refrain as he hit the turnbuckle to pose. So I get it.
It was cool being there live for it.
I bet, man. I bet. And then God, watching him come out to it all in, and like on the turnbuckle, freaking like revving for the refrain, like come on guys, and the whole fucking place popped. Oh, God damn it. I miss him. Anyway, I'm sorry.
But that's when you know you're a true fan. When you get into it and the emotions comes out, man. Like, I remember, hey, I cried. I bawled like a baby when Kofi Kingston beat Daniel Bryan. And the Kofi Mania actually won. That shit got me in the feels, man.
It even got Dylan. And Dylan was, 11 at the time. So he was already on his way to being that jaded teenager. But, like, he even, like, came in the room and was just pop, because that was his boy, man.
I know.
So good.
To this day, I can't watch the replay without still getting a little bit up.
Nope. That's what wrestling's supposed to do. You jaded fans at home, that's what it's supposed to do, man. Just enjoy it. Anyway, I'm sorry.
But yeah, man, I'm so glad she's getting her chance. And like you said, it's a passing of the guard. It's the Mamacita era. They won't call it that, but I'm damn sure calling it.
Right. Damn it.
Yeah, I mean, that's why when I had to go and alter the graphic, I threw her on there for you, bro.
Yeah, best graphic ever.
Took Kayla down and I threw her on.
It's definitely an eclectic graphic for this week.
But they set the bar. They definitely had the follow that shit moment, because it was like, damn, the bar was like up here right from the beginning of the match. It's just like the triple threat at Mania last year, or was it 2 years? No, last year, yeah, with Bianca. They just set the bar high, like.
Asher, Nick, any comments that you'd like to make about Lola being champion?
I saw that on Twitter. I'm like, first thing that popped in my head is like, oh, Walter's super happy about this.
Yeah.
That's what immediately popped in my head.
Yeah, like Walter had to go to the bathroom like not that long after that. Like, I'm wondering if he had to change himself.
I think,
Freaking Jay from Jay and Silent Bob Strikes Back. I filled the cup, dude.
Yeah. No, I mean, I think it's great that she won it. You know, I guess I think it might have been time. I think the more important question is, you know, and people ask it all the time, what's the follow up, right? What are they going to do in her first? You only get your one chance at a first title reign. So I mean, I wonder, you know, now it's about what are they going to do for her title reign? Is it going to be a lackluster title reign, or would it be something that, you know, will be memorable?
Well, if I'm Shawn Michaels, first of all, I'm not trying to dance with Sexy Red. God, that more cringe than the IHOP pancake girl. Like, I actually get entertainment out of watching that video of her being happy at getting served pancakes. But Shawn Michaels, never do that again, bro. His cookout privileges were revoked with that.
Yeah.
But if I'm Shawn Michaels, the first feud I'm booking, I'm running back Jada Parker and Lola Vice.
Right on.
Because they've got such great chemistry that I think that's a great feud to really kind of help. Because I could see them going to Underground and putting the title on the line in an Underground match, which Lola has never been defeated in.
You're trying to give me a heart attack between Jada and Lola in there.
Well, shit, GCW is trying to give me a heart attack, starting things off with Megan Bayne and Steph DeLander.
Good grief.
Oy.
And I could have been at this show. If I had known what was going to happen tonight was going to happen.
Yeah.
This is LA they're in. This is the final show before Mania week.
Yep.
And we had Manders versus Starboy Charlie, the newly ID'd champion Starboy Charlie.
Yeah.
And they're following that with SDL versus Megan Bayne.
Jesus.
I'm just saying, like, the Ukrainian Cultural Center, same place they're always at.
Fucker. Okay. Yeah. I knew that too. Ugh.
But, you know, to Walter's point about giving me a heart attack, and I've never seen Megan Bayne live.
Oh, she's
so I could have seen her, like,
God,
in
she's so
person.
pretty live.
She's great.
Yeah, both of them are gorgeous, but
Yeah.
just to be able to stand next to that Amazonian goddess in person,
Right?
Jesus, talk about filling the cup. But anyways,
She really could get away with playing Wonder Woman, man.
dude, I've been saying it since she came back. Like, they've got the thing. It's Warner Brothers Discovery. They've got the DC books. Use Megan Bayne as Wonder Woman, for fuck's sakes.
Mm-hmm.
But I digress. But yeah, I would do Lola and Jada. I think that would be a good feud to start at. It would be a great way to boost her stock, to get both women elevated. And especially if they're going to start another one of these, like, almost year-long arcs that could cultivate in Jada getting the belt next year. Great place to start would be against Lola this year.
Valid.
Whether Lola is still champion come this time next year or not,
Yeah.
you start her out by positioning her against the champion.
It's true.
From there, tag titles were defended by the Vanity Project.
Yeah.
I like the Vanity Project. Walter likes the Vanity Project. Noah, I think Noah kind of gained a little bit of respect for the Vanity Project, considering that Los Americanos are Tyler Bate and Pete Dunne, and they held their own with those two.
Yeah.
You know, so the Americanos, though, were using some moves that Tyler Bate and Pete Dunne used to use, you know, kind of showing their asses and exposing who they are under those masks. I don't think that was very good, but, you know. It is what it is.
Right. It's one thing to wear your influences on your sleeve, but come on now, right?
Yeah, I mean, if they used Chad Gable moves or Ludwig Kaiser moves, that would be a little bit different because neither one of them are Ludwig Kaiser or Chad Gable.
Mm-hmm.
You know, the El Grande Americanos supposedly are. And I use supposedly because as I keep beating Noah to death with, I have seen video footage of Chad Gable and El Grande Americano in the same place at the same time.
Valid.
Before there was a second El Grande Americano.
Yup.
So I don't want to hear this defamation on Chad Gable's character.
I go weary of it too, quite frankly.
But if they were to do some of their moves, that would be different.
Yeah.
But for Rayo and Bravo to do Pete Dunne and Tyler Bates moves respectively, like, seemed a little bit curious to me. Mm-hmm. It's like Mr. America doing the Hogan big boot and leg drop.
Well, yeah, but that was proven, to be fair. That was proven, even though it was by a person who should have a criminal record at this point, but, you know, it's okay.
From there, we got another women's match, and Sol Ruca and Zarya fucking showed out.
Showed up and showed out.
Yeah, you know, I called it on the air. Jeff was on the same frequency as me, and it's funny because other wrestling websites called it out as well. It made me wonder if they were watching our streams. But Sol Ruca's wrestling gear was very classic era Mighty Ducks inspired.
She's a SoCal girl.
Do you see it there, Nick, as a hockey fan? Do you see the OG Ducks colors there?
The quote-unquote eggplant and teal, for lack of a better term?
With the white trim?
Yeah. Like, you're talking like the cartoon.
No.
I'm talking about the movies and the inaugural seasons of the Ducks, because before they switched to the orange and black attack, they wore those D2 jerseys. And this was the away version, was the darker colors.
Yes.
I shall Google it.
Yes.
Oh, I'm familiar with those colors. With
good.
Colors.
Spoken like a girl from the peg. I'm here for it.
That's right.
Damn it. Yeah, it's funny. I was at the Anaheim train station coming home Friday, and they have like a little Ducks team store in the hub now, just because, you know, everything pissed me off when I'm at work.
That's right.
But it was Angels opening day, so they had a 20% off sale on the whole store. It's like, man, I haven't seen that much eggplant and teal in the Duck store in a long time. I was like, oh shit, they're bringing everything.
Well, figures that it would be 20% off on Angels opening day because, you know, they're already eliminated from playoff contention.
You know what? Give them at least till the end of the middle of next month.
Okay.
Because that's when Mike Trout's going to get hurt. We know it's going to happen. So just let us have it. We were in first place for 2 whole days, by God.
Fair enough. You were saying, Ash?
I was about to say, yeah, we haven't seen those colors since the 90s, right?
Early 2000s. Early 2000s.
Yeah.
Because I don't remember if they had those colors when they won their only Stanley Cup.
No, they did not.
But I know they had them in the early 2000s.
Okay.
They had them when they went to their first Stanley Cup final against Detroit in 2003.
That's where I'm mistaken then.
Yeah.
Okay.
But they did not win the cup in those colors. They had, I think they'd switched to the orange and black by 2007.
Okay.
I know way too much about the Ducks. I need to go sleep on the
So
porch.
somewhere in that in between 03 and 07 is when they switched over.
Okay, so I've got the timeline mixed up. Okay.
No, it's fair because I do too.
It's okay.
You know.
Although, to be fair, those colors are very 90s coded, so that's why I
100%. 100%. I don't know anybody, male or female, that would go out in eggplant in public on purpose, unless they're going to a Ducks game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's in the 90s. We used to wear some shit. Remember the starter jackets had all kind of crazy colors.
Hey,
Dude, I still remember the Looney Tunes crisscross T-shirts. Remember
I
those?
saw those too. Yeah.
I had those.
God, oh, Jesus.
Me too. Freaking Bugs and Taz with the backwards clothes on.
Yeah, I remember seeing that a lot.
I had that.
The kids at my elementary school would wear that.
That's
God,
wild.
okay, now that dates me because I was wearing that in high school, and she was talking about kids in her elementary school were wearing it.
Yeah, those colors were
Thanks,
so
Sam.
bad.
You're welcome.
Yeah, those colors were so
Where's
bad that
my
the
Ovaltine
only
and my
alternate
cookie?
jersey that was worse than ours, the Kings with the Burger King jersey, was the Ducks all green. That shit is fugly, and they had those on sale at that store. Jay, I was like, why do these get these out of here? No,
The only Ducks all green jerseys that are worth anything is the OG District 5 jerseys.
that's where the hell is that? I got that here somewhere. Anyway, yeah.
Like, I've got 3 of them now, damn it.
Do you really? Jeez.
I've got my Fulton one.
Yeah.
And then I've got Banks.
Okay.
And I've got Bombay.
Oh, you got Bombay. Look at you. Okay.
I got 66 and 99.
I get to work with his daughter on Friday. It's good times.
You know, unlike Mina, you can't 69 Mina. But I got 66 and 99.
I don't want
From there, we went to the men's North American title match, which was a solid match.
Yeah.
Women's North American title after that, again. Nick, I'm going to mute you while you...
Sorry.
Women's North American title match, again. Tatum and Blake, man, like they just showed the fuck up.
They did.
See, that false finish where Blake got her and she actually kicked out of that DDT had my jaw on the damn ground, dude. They fucking got me so good.
That's honestly the only women's match that I didn't question the outcome of.
Yeah.
Not to say that I had anything wrong with Lola or Soul winning, but I feel like Zarya needed it more than Soul.
Yeah.
And the question I kept asking on the watch long is, why did Kendall have to vacate her Evolve Championship if she wasn't going to win the NXT Women's title?
Shake it up and evolve.
Okay, but she still could be doing double duty. She's been on NXT for this long as the Evolve champion.
I know.
You know, at least hold it until someone beats her for it. Why vacate it? That's the key for me. Why vacate it?
Yeah.
And then have JC retain? Why vacate it and have Lola win? Vacate it because she's going to become the NXT Women's Champion. She is going to evolve from one show to the other and boost her star power.
Was she close to winning the match?
Multiple times.
Oh, yeah.
Multiple times.
Yeah.
But still, like, that was the biggest head scratcher for me. The entire night.
That makes sense.
But when I mean like close to winning, I mean like, could you see them maybe coming out of this match, Kendall winning? Like maybe Lola.
Oh, Lola loses the title to Kendall at some point?
Yeah, maybe Lola's just a transitional champion to say that, you know, she got a reign.
I wouldn't do that to Lola, though. Lola's put in the time.
Yeah.
You know, that's the equivalent of like Tommy Dreamer beating Taz and Mike Awesome just to lose the title the same night to Just Incredible.
Yeah.
You know, here's Tommy Dreamer, who's the heart and soul of ECW, and you get the belt for less than 5 minutes.
Yeah.
And it's not even because of just a Money in the Bank cash-in or something, just, you know,
well,
you're a stupid babyface and you're going to be a fighting champion after going through a triple threat match, and then you lose it to someone who's cooler, better. Half of his team is from Calgary, Alberta, Canada.
Dramatic pause.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, to be fair, in the terms of the storyline, I get what you're saying, but behind the scenes, Tommy's told everybody he never
wanted to be champion.
Yeah, so
but
I get that.
For those of us that have that insider knowledge, like, okay, we get it, but like,
yeah,
for those of the 11 people watching us that maybe not be familiar with that,
ECW.
That's right.
I know my ECW history. I read up and watch on that shit because it's a funny story. I remember my dad. We were talking about ECW, and my dad straight up says to me, "Man, I wish I had you earlier so we could have watched ECW together."
Nice.
And now we got GCW, which is like ECW on steroids.
Right?
GCW run by Vince Russo, which is no GCW. Sorry, GCW, not JCW. Sorry,
yeah.
I heard the letter wrong. The first one.
No, it's okay.
JCW's fucking crazy too. The JCW clip in the goddamn open now with Willie doing the freaking Norman Smiley wiggle.
Boo!
Oh, why are we booing? What happened?
Mance Warner came out and attacked Megan Bain when she was about to tombstone SDL. Now he's about to take a steel chair over her back.
Damn you, Mance Warner. Dick.
Setting up a mixed tag match, Genesis versus Mance and SDL.
Genesis, that's true. I love that.
Yeah. Now I get Mr. Warner's a dick, but you guys don't be a dick and subscribe to Batty for Wrestling on YouTube.
That's right.
That's right. Don't be dickheads. Subscribe.
That's right.
But
say it every day on social. Don't be a dick.
The main event, the NXT Championship defended. You know who? Because I'm.
Oh, he froze. That means he said it.
Getting a little glitchy. Is Noah coming in? Gonna start fucking with us? But defending the title against Ethan Page, Ricky Saints, and Tony D. And much like we did the night champ Angelo in. I'm happy for him.
Yeah, I am too.
I brought up the picture on the air of what was kind of being called the pillars of the 2.0 era.
Yeah.
And like, he's the only one that's still there.
Yep.
Accidentally loaded the wrong graphic. Hold on.
They even mentioned it on the WWE call. He's seen everybody go up, and he's still there.
Mm-hmm.
So good for him.
I mean, just take a look at this photo.
Jeez.
With Tony winning, 4 of those 5 men have now been NXT World Champion.
Yep.
And 4 of those 5 men are on the main roster. Tony D is still left behind.
Yep.
So it's just kind of crazy to think about the success that all those men had, and Tony is still there.
Yep.
Left holding the bag, so to speak.
Hey, you know what? He's now the first ever NXT Grand Slam champion.
Triple Crown. They don't have a 4th title.
I think it said Grand Slam, but I could be wrong.
They don't have a 4th title to make it a Grand Slam. That's the catch. He gets the speed title.
No. I was gonna say they used the Heritage Cup as the 4th.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I completely spaced about the Heritage Cup because it hasn't been around in forever.
I don't watch every week, but I do pay attention.
No, I pay attention too, but I don't count a trophy as a championship. That would be like counting the King of the Ring as part of a Grand Slam.
No, and that's valid, but they did defend the Heritage Cup like a title. So
They did, yes. Okay.
But yeah. So good on Tony D for sticking around long enough to become the only so far NXT Grand Slam champion, because that's he's sitting in some tall weeds there. So good on him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Much like the boss of NXT became the first Grand Slam champion ever.
Mm-hmm.
Antonio D'Angelo was the first NXT Grand Slam champion. And there's a picture of him. As a matter of fact, that's why I brought it up, because what is this? It's ringside. What the hell it's called? This one page on Facebook. It's got a picture of him and Sean with the Heritage Cup. So
Walter, the match has been made for spring break. Manson SDL versus Megan Bain and a mystery opponent. Mystery partner.
Shit.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Dude, I get to see Megan Bain live.
Dude, they should let Matt Cardona go just for that one show, just to fuck with Steph and Mans.
Nah, they won't do that.
They should though. They should.
And Joey is tied up with Brody Lee Jr., so it can't be him. But who else is around that would be a good fit for Megan?
No, who's got shit with Warner?
It's a good question.
Killer Cross?
Ooh. But I think Cross has one of his own shows that night, so he may not be able to.
Depends on timing.
True, because spring break is at 7. I think Cross's show starts at 10.
Yeah.
But at the same time, you know, I don't know. That's a solid. I've already got my thoughts on the Marco Stunt thing, which is supposed to happen tonight. Will Marco Stunt answer the challenge of KJ Orso and Sam Stackhouse?
Oh, okay.
I've already got my thoughts on that one.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Nick. Since you seem determined to get in there.
Sorry, because it's gonna. I know it's gonna leave my head. Nick Gage.
Oh fuck.
That's a possibility. But the key to my thought is the health and well-being of one of the men, because we did see them make an appearance at Revolution, but we haven't seen them wrestle for a while.
Oh.
You know, and the boy and his dinosaur.
Yes. Yes.
Representing Marco Stunt to take on a boy and his monster, KJ and Stackhouse.
Yes. Well,
because Jack and Marco have history with each other.
Oh yeah, good and bad.
So for Jack to be that guy for Marco, and then we get to see Jack Perry too, dude. If that happens.
That's cool.
But
if it is Nick Gage,
getting ready to be the contract signing now. Go ahead, Jeff.
If it is
I feel
Nick
like
Gage,
Noah when he has his moments and he's watching like New Japan.
Yeah.
While we're doing shenanigans and shit, I feel like I'm Noah right now.
Now you know. Now you know how it feels. Yeah. I was gonna say
Charles with a shout. Go ahead, Jeff.
Okay, I'm gonna type it out. No, if it ends up being Nick Gage, just dress like you're going to a Gallagher show. Bring a freaking shield guard for your face with all the blood flying.
Right.
God damn. I have not been to an independent wrestling show that Nick Gage is on, and I don't know if I want to.
I do.
I know you do. You're a crazy person. It's not good, dude.
I mean, look, if I was ever going to travel for a GCW show, I would either want to go to the one at the 2300.
Sure.
Or I would want to go to one of their shows in Atlantic City.
Yeah.
Since that's basically their home.
Yeah. Yeah, there's still a few things on the old bucket list that haven't been checked off yet in terms of wrestling, but you know, it's priorities seem to be shifting in my life as I get older. God help me. So I would like to go see at least one something at the 2300. I'd still like to go see something at the Garden. You know. But.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
They're about to do the contract signing, and there's a table in the ring. We all know what happens with tables and contract signings.
Yep.
What match are they signing for?
Joey Janela versus Brody Lee Jr.
Oh shit! Somebody's going through something.
Is Amanda Hubbard there?
I haven't seen her, but she's probably backstage. I'm sure she is.
Table. Put her
Probably
through the
hovering
fucking
around.
table.
I seriously doubt that Brody Lee Jr. flew all the way to LA by his fucking self without parental supervision as a minor to be a participant in a wrestling show where he's going to take a bump. Come on, Nick. I love you, bro, but if common sense were common, more people would use it.
It is true.
She's probably in the little back alleyway where the wrestlers hang out before they come out for their entrances.
Do you guys cover? I'm sorry. Does the team? Do you guys cover any of the WrestlePro events out in they're in New Jersey area?
No, never heard of WrestlePro.
Okay, MGF just showed up as a surprise. I've been trying to scroll through. I thought I saw something posted about Brody, which is why I'm trying to scroll here. So forgive me.
Nah, we have to it usually has to come across our radar, and then there has to be a way for us to see it, cover it.
Got it.
You know, a lot of the stuff we do is either Triller or YouTube. Nick has IWTV. Dude, I need this shirt that Brody is wearing.
Okay.
I need this fucking shirt.
Well, now I'm curious.
What is he
Straight out of the dungeon.
Oh, yeah.
Like the Straight out of Compton?
Yep.
Straight out of the dungeon. And the dungeon is in pink.
They don't sell them.
Yes.
They don't sell them, though, Jay.
Damn it.
No, so here's the deal, though. Go to I know you're booked that day. If you go to Natty's signing, she said she's going to bring a few with her. So just
I'm gonna have to try to find a way to get to her because God damn it, I want that shirt.
Because seriously, send a freaking gopher or a messenger or something, man. Because yeah. Oh,
God damn it. Okay. And hopefully she has fat boy sizes. You know what I mean?
You would hope.
Like I at least need a 2X. I've been wearing 3s.
Yeah.
But I at least need a 2. Two still fit me comfortably.
Yep.
But I started buying 3s at the old house when other people were doing laundry and my shit started shrinking. So
no, I feel you. Yeah, I'm into 2s on the regular now. I'm so grateful, man. Like I said, man, this whole year it's just been a lot of roller coaster, but it's getting better. And like I said, it's part of the positive attitude today. So I'm just let's go. Take on the world and shit.
Yeah.
I swore I saw a fucking post about Brody. This is bugging me.
So hell of a show for Stand and Deliver.
Yes.
I gotta give it an A. Like I don't think there was any match that didn't deliver.
No.
The questionable match would be the pre-show match, but there's a reason why it was on the pre-show.
Yeah.
And it still delivered enough. Here comes Amanda.
Oh, put her through the table. Please put her through the table.
Here comes Amanda.
God damn it. We're just doing a watch along on the side here. Fuck it, whatever.
Like James and freaking Ryan are doing their own.
I know, right?
This is another reason why I'm so mad that I'm not there tonight, dude. I could have seen Brody Lee and Amanda Huber.
Dude, if he puts Amanda through a table, this place is gonna riot, dude. I'm here for it. Oh God. Oh, excuse me.
Okay, I get it here. She's out here to sign because, the legal ramifications of a minor.
That's great. That's a good gimmick. I'm here for it.
This is the shit why I love Joey. He is so intricate in detail.
Oh, shit, dude.
But anyway, so...
What kind of mother is she?
No signal from venue.
Oh, my God.
So they're having tech issues.
Oh, fuck. Okay.
What a time.
Damn it, dude.
But yeah, hell of a show.
Yes.
EVA, what do you say, Walter?
I agree with you. The only questionable was the pre-show. Was that
Hey, man.
why it was a pre-show?
And we still got the moment that we wanted in the pre-show because me and you were talking on air about the whole Ren Sinclair, Charlie Dempsey thing.
Yeah.
And to have the face-off between the two of them during the match. And Charlie Dempsey, even though he was heel, even though he's part of the birthright, talking about, I'm not going to fight you, I'm not going to fight you. And then her just letting loose on him. You know, we still got the moment we wanted in that match.
Exactly.
Okay, it's back on good.
Dylan was asking about his birthday purchase. Okay. Yeah, I thought it was a good show. I'm looking forward to. So next weekend is Rebellion and Dynasty both, yeah?
Yeah, Saturday and Sunday, double feature.
I love it. I'm working
Late
both
night
nights.
double feature picture show in the back row.
Fuck the back row.
Fuck the front row.
God damn it. Orgy in the middle. Okay, I did it once. That's it. Never again in the history of the show. Fuck that. That's it. Jesus. God.
Brody Lee unloading on Janela. Dumping the mud hole in him in the corner.
Front row.
Is Joey going through the table? Maybe.
No, they gotta do it to Amanda just to pop the fucking crowd off the roof off the building.
Oh no, that's an old building, dude.
That's fair. Won't take much then, will it?
Joey thrown onto the table dumped on top of him.
Uh-oh.
And now Brody Lee standing on the table, which is upside down on Joey's chest, signing the contract and shoving the contract in Janela's mouth.
Damn. What a heel. What a heel.
But he's the face.
Not anymore.
It's crazy to think that when he turns 18 or 19, whenever he has a wrestling contract already.
Yeah, a guaranteed contract waiting for him in AEW. If that's where he wants to go at that point.
Right.
With the connections with Natty and TJ, he may want to go to WWE come then.
Who knows?
Especially with Cody and company over there. Cody, Ricky, Ethan.
Yep.
It'll be interesting to see for sure what happens with the young man's career. But anyways.
You got him transitioning in. You got Sting's son training with Aid. God, dude.
Yeah,
Again,
he's at the New Japan dojo right now in LA.
he is. He's
not bad.
Jay, you mentioned
Also, if
Jason.
he wrestles how he looks.
Oh yeah. He looks incredible. He looked good even in the Sting cosplay at All In. You know, he can go.
Yeah, he's his dad kid's all right, just like Charlie Dempsey's his dad's son, all right.
Oh, Jesus Christ. There is no doubting Charlie Dempsey's paternity. He's got that freaking regal snarl on his face.
Well, I don't know, man. If he's not William Regal's son, he belongs to Gene Wilder.
Only the hair, to be fair. You know, that hair is...
That hair is straight out of Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory. Bro.
Yeah.
You know what it is?
I'm just waiting for him to come in and start singing Pure Imagination.
No, he looks more like Gene's hair from the movie he did with Richard Pryor. I always forget the name of that
Which
movie.
one? There was like 3 movies they did together, or 4 movies.
Where Gene was like blonde.
Oh.
But yeah, I see the screen caps all the time. Anyway, you mentioned JC was crying. She put a tweet out, proud, but most importantly, grateful. So
there you go.
It would appear there's a transition phase for Miss Jane.
Moving on up.
Here's the deal with that though. I don't know if her going up will benefit her just yet. The women's division, the women's singles division, is kind of what it is right now. The tag division is hotter than shit.
Which is why I think it would be a tag thing. I think her and Fallon entering the main roster tag division is something that it desperately needs.
Well, I'll talk about it. I'll still be predicting when we do it. But if the Bellas do win at WrestleMania and they put them up against JC and Fallon, take my goddamn money.
Mm-hmm.
I'll watch my girls face JC and Fallon all day. Hell yeah.
That could work because the division needs way more tag teams because it's very stagnant at the moment because they don't have that much teams at their disposal.
Well,
exactly. And a lot of the teams that they have are just single stars thrown together. Like at least Fatal Influence has become a unit. Like at first they were people thrown together, but they were thrown together based off of a common goal and everything.
Yep.
They've become a thing. Like they even have a team name.
They do. Well, at least the teams involved in the tag title match at WrestleMania have been teaming for a good minute. Charlotte and Alexa have been together for almost a year, I think, right?
Yeah, better part of a year.
Bela and Lyra, Jesus Christ. Bailey and Lyra, yeah, they've had their off and on, but they've been paired one way or the other for more than a year.
Yeah. I mean, it was supposed to be them last year, but then they took Bailey out, threw Becky in there, and we all saw what happened there.
No, that was to advance the Becky story, and hell, it made the Intercontinental title worth something, and now AJ and her are going at it. So yeah, it worked. And then you've got Lash and Nia, who again, man, Nia, she's not the most improved since her return to competition from being released. I don't know who is, and Lash is a damn stud.
Agreed. Did you freeze, Jeff? No. Okay, you looked like you froze there in that pose for a second.
No, I muted because there might be an echo, and I thought I heard it too. So
I don't think it's on your end.
I don't think it is either, but I don't know. I never know.
Right.
I'm not the tech guy.
No, it's all good.
I'm a talking head. It's all good. Shit.
Let me see here. What do we want to do next? Okay, so we will take a quick intermission. Just a short one. Little 30-second blip here. And we will come back and start with our next topic. Don't go anywhere.
Witness as Ed and San Antonio Productions presents Podermania, live from the Horseshoe Casino in Las Vegas, Wednesday, April 15th at 3 p.m. A part of GCW's 2026 collective. Don't miss Poder champion Brittany Blake, Shotzi Blackheart, Leva Bates, Sue Young, Toga, Izzy Moreno, and many more of your favorite women independent pro wrestlers. Only at Podermania.
Yes, that is one of the mini shows that Walter and I will be at. One of the mini shows that we will be covering here across the Simply Reliable Studios.
Very excited about
that. Okay, and since we just ran a little commercial for women, let's go ahead and talk about a female.
All right.
Stephanie Vaquer.
Oh, boy.
A story broke this week after the Garden show that apparently some fan, for lack of a better term, was stalking Stephanie, following her as she walked down the street. trying to get an autograph from her. And when Stephanie, none of us were there, so we don't know how politely or rudely it was said, but when Stephanie told her no, him or her no, it turned into this whole thing where they decided to take it to social medias to try to defame her character. I don't really know if we want to go around speaking on this, because I think pretty much all of us are going to have the same general opinion about this. But I will say, number one, you don't follow a woman on the streets, period.
Yeah.
That's a no-no. Number two, no means no. If you are told no, you just move on.
Yeah.
These wrestlers, celebrities, don't owe you anything. And based off of everything that we have heard about Stephanie, traditionally she's very gracious in these circumstances. But if you're following somebody, probably telling you no because they just don't feel comfortable in the situation. You know, John Lennon signed an autograph for a fan in the front of his apartment. What happened there? In New York. Just throwing that out there. So this is more being brought up as a friendly PSA. Don't follow the wrestlers. If they tell you no, just take the no. And I don't know what you think that you're doing by taking it to social media. What, you think you're going to get sympathy from the other wrestling fans out there? If anything, I'm going to go to the other woman in the room. Ash, how would you feel if somebody was following you down the street?
I would be freaking scared and concerned. I'm going to bring up like a funny story to like ease up the room here. So I got off late at night at work, and I'm walking down the street to my house, and I thought I was being followed by someone. So I'm like making a mad dash, right? Mm-hmm. So I stopped. I'm like, oh shit. I turned around. Oh no, it was my shadow the whole time.
That's awkward.
Yeah. Luckily, there was no one around when that happened. I'm just like, oh my God, I made myself look like such an idiot. It's like I was literally being chased by my own shadow because I thought it was like some person, because it looked like it was really tall though. So I thought I was being followed by like someone much bigger than me. It turns out no, it's just my own shadow, and like the depth perception is just crazy.
That means someone followed you real close for it to be your shadow. Damn.
Yeah.
It was Nick. He wanted to know what your pre-match meal was.
What my girl dinner is after work.
Listen, that question has gotten so much traction, okay?
Fair. I mean, you know, at least it's not completely biting somebody's gimmick and asking what their Waffle House order is.
Mm-hmm.
Nope.
But, you know, it's definitely along the same line. In the words of Paula Abdul on the OG American Idol, you took the question and you made it your own.
Exactly. You have to stand out from... Listen, Malcolm is a great fellow. So we have to stand out a little bit here.
Wouldn't know, never met him, but I can only assume he's a decent dude. He seems like he's cool people.
Mm-hmm.
God damn it, Darren. My shadow knows my story.
That it does. Oh my God, that song was stuck in my head all day after the collision show, by the way.
See, and it's funny because you're telling your story, and automatically I'm going to Green Day. I walk a lonely road, the only one that I have ever known.
So yeah, don't be following wrestlers. That's just not cool. Even though yes, they are public figures, but they still deserve their privacy as well.
Yeah, it's one thing. It's bad enough if you see them at an airport, a hotel, a restaurant, and you're asking them. That's bad enough. You know, as long as you're being tactful and you're not disturbing their meal or their conversation, it can almost be forgiven.
Yeah.
But to see somebody on the street and follow them, calling to them, trying to get them to stop for a picture or an autograph, that's a little bit overkill.
It is.
I think the youngins called it's a little extra.
Right. Mm-hmm. It also just goes to the self-entitlement of like certain fans have, which is really sad.
The type of fans that CM Punk was talking about in his pipe bomb.
Yep.
Right, Jeff?
Oh,
we know people like that, right?
No, we very much know people like that. Let me just jump in because I'm trying to find the post I made. I can't find it, so I'm just gonna try to summarize. It was after pandemic, so it's in the last few years. Somebody, I forget, it was one of the stalker cases, or it was something to do with one of these recent stories like this. And somebody put in the comments on, I think it was the No DQ post. Oh, well, you know, they're in the public eye, so they're fair game, or I have a right or whatever. And it's like, no, you do not. It doesn't matter who it is. Nobody has any right to treat anybody else like that. Nobody has any rights against anybody except their damn selves, first of all. Now, if you're a parent, you've got a little bit of say over your kids until they turn 18. Trust me, I'm finding that out as the day goes on. But it just mortified me that this wrestling fan, and again, I said it in a post, I think it was yesterday, I've seen the sentiment so much more often than ever. The worst part about pro wrestling is the fucking pro wrestling fans. And it's not an incorrect statement anymore. It's just ridiculous. We are made to look so bad because of a very vocal, obnoxious minority of us. But, you know, it just the audacity of this person to just, oh, well, you know, they're public figures, so it's fair game. How about you fuck all the way off? How about that?
Right. And keep in mind, these are human beings, not animals. Like, this is not like cattle that's like in those freaking factories that are being like poorly mistreated for our basic needs.
If you would like to go see and have the opportunity to see some living being on display for your entertainment purposes, then please feel free to go to your local zoo or animal park or whatever and pay the fee. And you know what? Even then, those places aren't so good anymore either.
Go to an amusement park.
Seriously, go to a theme park. Spend money at Disney. We'll thank you later.
Yeah, because you can go and meet characters that are on display for your entertainment.
That's right. And don't fuck with them either, please. I work with these people and anthropomorphic animals. Jesus.
Bottom line is there's these paid things called meet and greets. You can pay and get an autograph if you want it that bad.
Well, and a lot of times there's even free ones. You know, it's like it's all a matter of tact. And more often than not, the wrestlers will give you the time of the day if you show them some tact.
Yeah, absolutely, they will. Jay, it befuckles me that Nikki had to go on their podcast, her and Brie, and talk about that prom pose thing. Like, it just, I don't understand it. And look, I'm going to be transparent as hell right now because I don't care anymore. You know, I've had a lot of issues, discussions, and things about this because of my completely unintentional behavior toward celebrities and people in the public eye that work for various organizations that I, frequent. The difference is completely unintentional. When I get made aware of it, you back off. You don't go on social media and play the fucking victim. You are the problem. Like, I don't understand where any part of what this person in particular thinks they're going to get out of this. Like, you went on social media, you complained about something you did to somebody else, and expect what? The people that are her fans to side with you? The people that aren't her fans but still watch wrestling to side with you, cracking on the whole train of thought completely escapes me. And maybe I'm just too, not naive or kind for my own good. I don't know. But it befuckles me. It really does.
Yeah. Nick, anything you want to add?
Chest my ass a little bit too, apparently.
People just.
And I hope you don't mind, buddy, but I've been muting you because the echo is coming from your side.
Is it? I don't have anything on. Sorry. I think it's maybe because I'm on my headphone.
Maybe.
People just need to have some sort of chill, man. Like, we had what's this Redacted on the show this past week. It's like, how do you, dude? If somebody was following that guy, you wouldn't make it out alive. You know what I mean? Like, you do that to the wrong person. Fuck around and find out. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Like, people really need like a sense of chill. Like, you don't know these people. You don't know them on a personal basis. You're not their friend. Like,
yeah.
please, people, have decorum when you meet these superstars. Like, when people do shit like that, it gives people like us and what we're trying to accomplish here, and what what the boys are gonna try to accomplish just when they're in Vegas. Like, you give us a bad name because we're not all like that.
No. And it's just like, it's not even about just meet and greet. Like, have basic human decency toward other humans. Are you telling me you're going to go just out in the street and just, follow along behind Jane Smith and expect to get any sort of response out of them by appearing to be like a stalker or a creepo? But because it's a famous person, you feel more entitled. Like, I'm not going to go to a concert for Taylor Swift. Fuck it, whatever. She's the popular one right now. We'll go with that. And sit, where I can afford to sit for Taylor Swift tickets up there in the Bob Uecker seats, and then expect to be able to, go within 100 miles of her living quarters the next day and expect to have an audience with her. Like, you're going to these shows to watch these people do their job. And that entitles you to one-on-one time with them. Why? That has never made sense to me, ever. It never has, and it never will. I don't get it.
Yep. All right. So that is that topic. We will take another intermission. When we come back, we'll get into our next topic.
And now for a taste of things to come.
And we're back. That's everything we're going to be covering WrestleMania week. A lot of that stuff Walter and I are going to be at live. It's going to be a crazy week. You're muted, Jeff.
Have you guys said if you're going to watch Mania at the Airbnb or like go one of these big ass watch parties?
We're probably going to go to one of the watch parties.
Mm-hmm.
That hasn't 100% been decided because the watch parties obviously have to buy tickets to.
Sure.
But there is a watch party being put on by World's Greatest Wrestling, which will have matches live in addition to the Mania stuff. Dr. Redacted is going to be there Sunday. Minoru Suzuki is going to be part of that.
Good God.
And an old buddy of ours, Mikey O'Shea, is going to be part of that.
Oh, okay. There you go.
So I'm definitely leaning towards us doing that.
Okay.
Because it'll give us the opportunity to go to that stuff. So
sure. Why not?
But so the next topic, yes, thank you, Darren. In honor of the Simple Man, all the professional wrestling. Damn it!
What I'm wondering is why he's playing the Jeopardy theme during the commercials. We got perfectly good songs during the commercials as it is.
Right.
Jeopardy's like it indicates boredom because you're trying to think of an answer or a question to an answer. Man, you gotta immerse yourselves in these trailers, by golly.
Right.
Anyway, I digress.
So the next topic, hopefully we can get a little bit more participation from Nick on, as it does have to do with some AEW.
Oh.
Came out this week from Willie Mack.
Oh boy.
That apparently he's been calling Mr. Khan and not Nick every week for the better part of the last 2 years, asking to be used. And not being used, despite being under contract. And while he never got a Willie Mack is All Elite graphic, neither did RJ City.
No.
You know, is RJ City not under contract?
No, he is.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So, you know, I don't want this, you know, oh, well, he's not under contract type of thing. He's been working for the company for the better part of the last 2 years.
Yeah, a little bit.
Last time he was used on Reign of Honor was December. Last time I could find on Cage Match that he was used on AEW proper was Revolution 24.
Jeez. That's ridiculous.
Now, I had one fan, and maybe this is just a little bit of a personal take because Willie is a buddy of ours. But I had one fan on social media's comment, well, look at the guy. If he doesn't take his physical form seriously, why should Tony Khan? Why did Tony Khan sign him then, dipshit?
Yeah.
I was about to say, isn't Brody King and Eddie Kingston on the roster? And look at their physique.
Yeah.
Just saying. I'm just saying. I'm not trying to body shame or anything, but it's just like that argument is just like, are they trying to paint it out as like Tony Khan makes exceptions for certain people? Does he show favorites? Like what's the point of their tweet about that?
Their point of the tweet is to say that Willie Mack is fat and out of shape, and why should he be getting TV time if he looks that way? And while Willie is a heftier boy, always has been, he's also a former X Division champion, so it's not like Big Boy can't move.
No.
And again, there's a reason why Tony's saying that. And I didn't take the time to Google search it, but didn't Tony Khan at one point say that he doesn't bench wrestlers?
I thought he did.
Willie hasn't been injured this whole time, right? Because, I mean, I still see him on Juggalo Championship Wrestling on a weekly basis.
As far as I know, Willie's good to go.
So, what the hell? Like, this is a problem.
Yeah.
And it's not just a problem because he's a buddy of ours. It's a problem for a lot of wrestlers in both companies.
Yes.
Rosters are bloated across the board, except for in TNA. TNA could use some of that,
Yeah.
Holy shit.
Oh, geez.
Spasm moment. I'm sorry, but I was fucking right. Here comes Jack Perry at the UCC.
No
Does he have the national title with him?
Yes, he does.
Oh my God.
And just for clarification, Megan came out with the tag title around her waist.
Oh my God.
Jack Perry is coming out to help Marco Stunt.
That's awesome.
I love it.
God damn it, I could have been there for that. Please make this for spring break. I want to see Jack Perry live.
I am so glad it's okay to like Jack Perry again. For real.
Like, okay. Slight detour of conversation, Squirrel. I was mad in the moment because of what happened with Punk.
Yeah.
But when he reemerged as the scapegoat, I kind of let it all go away because he really was the scapegoat in the situation.
Oh, well, yeah.
And the fact that he was willing to turn real life into gimmick and try to make money off of it, unlike some Rancho Cucamonga fucks, showed that he was raised right with a smart father as opposed to some other people. But, that's neither here nor there. But back to the Willie Mack thing.
Okay, good. Thank you.
The rosters are bloated. We need to stop signing people just to prevent the other company from signing them.
Uh-huh.
Because at the end of the day, I think that's what's happening.
For sure.
WWE is signing people so that AEW can't get them, and AEW is signing people so WWE can't get them. And all the while, here's TNA, who's horribly understaffed and could use some of these names. At least WWE is sharing some of their talent.
Yes.
So,
which, you know, it. See, for me, and again, I have a very hard time speaking unbiased on Willie, so you know it kind of is what it is. But some of the other talents that are under contract to WWE or you know under the developmental NXT contract or whatever, it's almost like if they lend too many of them to TNA, then TNA ends up looking like it did in 2000. 6, 7, 8, they start becoming WWE light again. And it's like, we don't want that. We want TNA to still have maintained their own identity again because they fought hard to get away from that shit.
Mm-hmm.
So, and especially with the audience ever changing right now, because a lot of people either have gone away from wrestling and haven't come back, or they are just slowly starting to come back because it's Mania season. That's what happens every year at WrestleMania season. They're going to turn on Raw or NXT or SmackDown. They're going to turn on Impact and go, wait, what the fuck company am I watching? AEW, I don't understand, for me, why they have so many people under contract.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, they have total, including Ring of Honor, 5 hours, 6 at most of TV a week. For AEW, the 4, and for Ring of Honor, the 2. You cannot tell me that the people under the Tony Khan umbrella, that every single one of them is going to be utilized in enough TV or story time that they all have to be there every week. That's bullshit.
No. And I mean, again, it goes back to something I've talked about on Inside the Mind of the Renegade a couple of years ago. It's something that Nick has preached about ad nauseum to anybody that'll give him a mic and halfway listen to him.
Mm-hmm.
Brand split.
Yeah.
But even that isn't going to cover everybody.
Nope.
You do a brand split. You put X amount of talent on each roster. Dynamite, Collision, Ring of Honor. You cut the rest.
Yeah.
Does it mean that you're going to get like a Black Friday situation like WWE had? Yeah, it's going to happen, and it's going to suck.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of people are going to be out of jobs. But you're not using them.
Yeah.
You're literally paying people to sit at home and do nothing. And I mean, maybe there's some people that like sitting home and not having to work to get paid. But I would wager to bet that pretty much everybody that's on contract in every company, unless they're injured,
right,
would like to be featured on TV on a regular basis. Even if it's not every week, if it's twice a month, once a month. And to Ryan's point in the chat, I agree. TNA literally can't afford the contracts.
Agreed.
But, the companies that can afford them are just letting them sit.
Yeah.
It's almost like, and I know that TK allows them to work indies, WWE does not, but it's almost like they'd be better off just back on the indies.
Yep.
And then you'll find out the ones that really want to work or not, based on the amount of bookings that they get.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, I will admit the fact that this hit a little bit closer to home for me because this is a buddy of ours.
Yeah.
But it wouldn't matter to me who came out with this. I'd still feel the same way. I'm just a little bit more riled because it's somebody that we've known, God, for what, 15, 16 longer years?
Yeah, longer than that.
Because we've known Willie since he was a fan attending PWG shows.
And we ain't been at PWG in over 15 years.
So,
yeah, it is the unfortunate side effect of another wrestling boom. Is that not everybody's going to get used, but to that point, I think, and again, this is just me, being on my high horse after being a fan all these years. A lot of the wrestling, at least the ones like us that are, always picking at everything, a lot of them don't really let themselves distinguish the fact that it is a business. And, like you said, Tony's locking people up so they don't go to WWE. I don't, with all respect to our friend Willie, I don't think he would be a featured player on WWE television.
Agreed.
Or NXT even, Evolve, Evolve's, for up and coming talent, but Willie's not been featured a whole lot on national television outside of TNA, so he'd be a good fit there. But the main thing is, it's like, it is a business, but then you get locked into a contract and you're not making anything outside of whatever the downside guarantee is. I don't know how AEW's contracts are structured. I don't know how WWE's contracts are structured. We just know what we're told.
Mm-hmm.
I think that I had no idea where my point was going. I'm so sorry. I just kind of completely tapered off my head. I'm sorry. I got nothing. I don't know where I was going. I'm sorry. Senior moment.
Well, you were talking about Willie wouldn't cut it in WWE, maybe Evolve.
Well, right, but it's I guess I'm having a hard time understanding why you would sign somebody if you don't have the intent to use them. And again, for me, that sounds like I'm taking it more personally, I think, and I'm not. I don't. If I'm going to go out of my way to offer somebody a contract, and it's like, okay, we're gonna do this with you, even if it's once a month, twice a month, whatever, we're gonna use you, and then to the point of Willie, he's not getting used, but he can't go work anywhere that AEW Ring of Honor won't allow him to, because then he's breaching a contract, and then he's in legal trouble. People were so up their ass about Britt Baker not working. It's like, y'all forget that Britt had a stroke. She had a literal stroke, folks. The body don't just bounce back like that, no matter how good a shape you're in going in. Not everybody has the same situation. And I think that, Willie going out there and speaking his truth, I will never discourage anybody from speaking their truth, ever. Especially in wrestling, because God knows these workers, these guys and gals, need to speak their truth out there to everybody. Because there is no union. There will never be a union for wrestling, even though it is a full-on corporate business now, and there should be something for these people. Willie's situation really just keeps tying us back to what Jesse Ventura was trying to do in the 80s, what has been talked about for generations now. There needs to be some sort of redefining of the legalese of these wrestling contracts, that they're not independent contractors. They are contracted to work for TKO, WWE, whatever Tony Khan's main company name is. I don't know what the fuck it's called. But they're under contract to work for these guys. If they are truly independent contractors, then let them go do their thing independently.
Yeah.
It just bugs because they're human beings and they're friends of mine. And it fucking pisses me off.
Ash, Nick, Walter.
Anybody want to go first?
You got it.
I agree with what you guys have said. I mean, this whole, it's an unfortunate situation because the situation could have been avoided. I mean, yeah, for Tony's, it's like, you know, if you're not using somebody, you know, and like if you're not using somebody, let them go. And I think the caveat to that is, again, Tony lets them do independent dates. And I mean, has Willie been doing independent dates? And now, is that by choice, or is that like, there's so many layers to it? But I do agree, you know, unless, and like JJ said, I think with anybody that would give me a mic, I would tell them this company needs a brand split. I've preached it for I don't know how long now. And it's for situations like this, like, you know, this is a perfect opportunity to rotate talent out, rotate talent in. But I just think it doesn't look good on everybody. And like you said, to Jeff's point, you know, we want the wrestlers to speak their truth. Absolutely. You know, we want them to speak the truth, but I feel like this is a situation that maybe could have handled behind closed doors. But at the end of the day, you know, Tony has been signing a lot of people, and you know, this past week, how many returns have we gotten from talent that have been on the shelf for months? You know, not to say spoilers, but you know, the list of talent that just came back, you know, it's quite a bit. And then the fact that he's signing more people, it's a recipe for disaster. So, you know, if anybody's listening to this that has Tony's ear, yo, I think it's time you kind of step back, take a survey of what you have. I mean, now it seems like now, because, you know, there's more of the dual contract going on with CMLL, you know, they're starting to sign their other talent to two-way deals. I just, yeah, this is a very unfortunate situation because Willie Mack is a talented performer. You know, I hope he kind of keeps grinding it on the indies. And even for Willie, sorry, I know my thoughts are I'm going everywhere with this, jumping. If Willie doesn't want to be there, ask for your release. If you don't want to be there, ask for it. Like, do we know if he's asked for his release? Has it, like, we don't know, right? So this whole situation could have been avoided by all parties, and that's pretty much it.
Fair enough. I am going to bring in another panelist at this time. Due to the technical glitchery that was part of the GCW stream earlier, our GCW coverage ended early. They're going to cover the rest of the show tomorrow. So the Wrestlefish is with us.
Ooh.
Hello, everybody. Hello.
Ryan. How are we doing tonight?
I'm doing fine. Minor headache, but we'll get through it.
So go ahead. I saw you in the chat on this topic. That's why I went ahead and I asked you if you wanted to join. That way you can verbalize your points and instead of just putting them in the chat. So
before I start shooting here, right? Willie is a close friend of you guys. Just I'm not sure if this is publicly available or available for access here. He is either not currently contracted or signed to a tier deal on a pay-per-play. Do you know which one of these is true?
I do not know. No.
Because there's a lot of reports. The last one that I had actually read implied that he is not currently signed to a deal at all. And it sucks that Willie's going through some, struggles, right? And I really hate that, his bookings are affected, right? There are two games in town to make real money in professional wrestling, and there is a lot of little indie territories that you can go to, that you can travel to make money on the independent scene. You can have a full career without ever going to WWE, AEW, back in the day, maybe even TNA, right? The game today is very different. WWE's current structure is very corporate. A lot of the things, the perks that you used to get for being just working for WWE no longer exist. You used to get comp tickets, believe it or not. You don't get those anymore unless it's for an extremely rare case. But the pay scale is very different for those NXT talents. They're even further different if you're an Evolve ID talent. But the most unique WWE deal that has ever been offered is the Joe deal. And they don't give that out too frequently, right? So, and that's the unicorn for the WWE, contracts, right? AEW, they allow their talent typically to take independent dates. The heart and soul of AEW used to work Game Changer Pro Wrestling. Okay, so
you're referring to Moxley?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So,
just for those who may not know,
So, with that in mind, if you work for AEW and you're on TV, you can take indie dates, and they do need to get approved. If you work for AEW and you're not on TV, you can take indie dates. They still need to be approved, but those are more likely going to be approved than others, unless, of course, I don't know, maybe you're a problematic talent. I don't know the politics that go into this, okay? I'm just speculating at this point, right? But if you have the ability to work for AEW and you're not on a tier deal, which is a pay-per-play, you're probably making a few $100,000 a year on the mid to low end, to a few million a year on the high end, right? Willie, from what I understood, his last contract possibly was one of those tier deals. He wasn't being paid the guaranteed money, but when I go up and down his cage match, he only works Juggalo Championship Wrestling for the most part anymore. And I can't imagine that would just be the only one he would work for willingly at that point. There would have to be some reason why he doesn't work others. So I'm confused, unless he has some kind of agreement with Juggalo, where he works Juggalo more frequently than others. I know that he has deeply personal issues. I guess my point that I was trying to make in the comments is that if you work for AEW, you're not on TV, and you're not taking indie dates at all or requesting them, that's where the ball stops. It's on you as the talent to go to request to the boss. As far as brand splits, or just mass releasing talent. Like, it is. I don't want to see talent lose their jobs. I don't think anybody does. And I don't have access to the Khan family checkbook and finances to determine, how, lucrative this is for Tony to keep this many talents under the payroll, right?
Right.
But there's no easy fix to this. Either both rosters go back to a bare bones roster, or both companies go down to bare bones rosters, and there's not enough talent featured for a lot of things, and thus you have to bring in a lot of people when you want to do a big match like the Royal Rumble. I do believe you mentioned Black Friday. Was that the COVID, or was that Tuesday? There was WWE has had a lot of days where they've released a lot of talent all at once.
Yeah.
I know that first Royal Rumble during the COVID era was pretty rough. They had to bring back some people. It is what it is. I don't think there's an easy answer to fixing the talent issue. Like, if you're not getting booked, ask for your release. If you're denied a release, I guess it sucks at that point. I do know Tony Khan explicitly has said that his contracts are more real than WWE contracts. I don't know what that means. All I know is I know what David Otunga has broke down his WWE contract with. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So take that for however it's worth. I just don't think. I'm not blaming Willie Mack, and I'm not trying to sound like I'm blaming Willie Mack. Okay.
No, I know.
I don't know why he doesn't take dates outside of Juggalo. But I can't imagine that Tony Khan and AEW gave him, here, you can work Juggalo for forever. I don't know why that would be approved in perpetuity, but not a Game Changer Pro Wrestling, where Megan Bayne was wrestling tonight.
Right.
So, I don't know. Certain onuses are on certain people. It is what it is. And it sucks.
Yeah, going back to your initial comment about what contract he has, I can't imagine that if he was on a tier type contract, that he would make that kind of a statement. Because, or even if he's uncontracted talent. Because if you're on a tier, a pay to wrestle type of thing, a pay to play essentially, or you're just uncontracted extra help, where do you get off saying that, you're calling every week asking to work? That's my only question in the whole thing is like, if he's not officially contracted, we have Willie Mack tied down for 2 years, 3 years, 5 years, 1 year, whatever the deal is, for X amount of money, then why would he get upset at not being used?
So my counter to that is, if he was on an actual AEW contract where it was guaranteed money, right? Because wrestlers would be getting, because they're independent contractors, they'd be getting paid whatever their downside guarantee is, plus whatever their merch sales are, and all of that, right? Your merch sales will suffer if you're not on TV, of course, right?
Right.
You'd be able to sell T-shirts, right? But Tony Khan, at Tony Khan Book Me, suggests that he's on a pay-per-play deal to me. Me just looking at it through my tea leaves. So, because if he's Britt Baker was mentioned earlier, right? Britt Baker particularly isn't tweeting out "book me" or anything like that. We know what, I think we all could assume that she's on a more real AEW contract where she's getting paid to sit down, recover, go through whatever her health issues are. It is what it is, right? Thunder Rosa recently tweeted out that she would like to work more. No, it wasn't Thunder Rosa. It was Deonna Purrazzo.
Yes.
Deonna Purrazzo recently tweeted out that she wanted to work more, but she's one of the current Ring of Honor champions, or at least she was at the point in time that she made the tweet.
She still is. She's the pure champion.
And she wanted to work more, and so she might be on a pay-per-play date based off the inference of that, where she's just wanting to take more dates. She's like some pro TNA tweets recently. It is what it is. That makes sense to me, putting out your booking information, all that. I don't know what's going on with Willie. The tweets could have been made out of a point of frustration, mental health. A lot of things can go down. But it seems to me that he's probably on a tier deal. If he's not, then he wants to work for Tony Khan. Because book me, he clearly needs booked. Maybe Tony picks him up. I don't know. Maybe they return the phone call. I know that there are some talent relations issues in AEW that have never really been resolved to the best of their ability. And that buck stops at Christopher Daniels, who is the president of talent relations in AEW. So.
Fair enough. And you do make sense about the tier deal, you know. That's why I went ahead and I sent you the link to try to come in, knowing that your role on X is more or less a AEW defender. I figured you'd have some good points to bring up here, some counterpoints.
Yeah. It'd be like that sometimes, but I just hope that whatever Willie's current issues is, that he can get through them. You know,
definitely. I mean,
wrestling community typically, holds itself up from time to time and can pick itself up. So I hope that Willie maximizes these minutes of controversy. Maybe he can pick up a book. I just hope that Tony Khan, Christopher Daniels, AEW, whoever is in that point of the chain, right? Because companies become very compartmentalized. So Tony might not ever actually get around to seeing it unless he's blown up on Twitter and it's brought to his attention. He's a billionaire. I know he sits on Twitter a lot, right? But even then, thousands of notifications, tweets, all that. When you're that important of a person, things get lost really easy.
And that's fair. I'm a little bit surprised they didn't use him for the Blackjack Battle Royal in LA, considering he's a SoCal boy.
Yeah.
It seems like it would have been the perfect kind of throwaway spot to utilize him. But they didn't. So, anywho, Jeff, you had another point you wanted me to come back to you about?
Yes, the whole brand split thing was brought up with AEW. I wonder if Tony has got cold feet about trying to do that, because the last time he did that ended up having CM Punk in charge of Collision, and that blew up in their faces worse than keeping everybody together. And granted, Punk's not there, and it seems like the toxicity is gone from what we see on screen, or what we hear from various sources or whatever. But
those in the know.
Yeah, those in the know. Those that I care to know, I'll put it that way. Because a lot of the people in that company, whatever. But it just, for me, if I'm running that company, I am walking on eggshells trying to figure out what to do to not only solve what appears to be unrest, but also to pacify everybody. And, the problem with having that many people under your umbrella is you cannot be a people pleaser, because there's just too many of them to try to please at the same time. You cannot please everybody all the time. You can please some of them some of the time. And with a bloated roster in either company, that's just not realistic to assume that that's going to work out long term.
Yeah.
You know, WWE's point of view, and everybody that's going to be in Vegas in a couple weeks or a week and a half. Jesus Christ, week and a half. You know, everybody's going to be, you know, catching the overflow because everybody's going to be making money up there. But come April 20th, April 21st, okay, now we're back in that guaranteed post-WrestleMania business lull across the business. We're going to have a few weeks of so what do these people that aren't getting used on the regular do then? What do the companies that aren't using these people on the regular do then? That's when cut day comes. So maybe toss this around the table, maybe for not come, you know, it's the first of the month. Off they go. I hope not, because there's a lot of really quality people that aren't getting used that should be. There's a lot of quality people that are being used that could be used better. And then there's those that how they have a contract, I don't know. But you know, I am still grateful to be a wrestling fan. I am looking forward to being part of what we're doing. I'm actually going to find a way to watch both shows next weekend. It'll be on delay because I'll be at the House of Mouse. But I'm curious how Rebellion goes, especially since they took it away from us. Damn you, Carlos. I do want to see how Dynasty goes.
Whatever the May show is, I think we're going to get that because the beginning of May, like the 12th, 13th, they're going to be in Sacramento.
Oh, are they? Okay.
So I think the pay-per-view could travel down to SoCal.
That would be cool. I can do a TNA
Don't quote me. Don't quote me. I'm not an insider. But just if you look at travel patterns like NorCal, SoCal would make sense.
Yeah, I mean, they were just here and did it the other way. They were in LA for Revolution and then went back up sort of AW wise. So, you know, it could happen. I'd love to do a TNA review. I can fuck with that. Anyway, I look forward to all of it because I know that, you know, wrestling is cyclical. It's proven to be for years. And, you know, people are going to shit on the creative. I saw Charles comment and said shoot and transpose the words. People are going to shit on the creative in WWE right now. People are going to forever shit on the creative in AEW. But I watched AAA tonight after Stand and Deliver. I had not watched AAA yet. I was enthralled by that 45 minutes television. That was great. I loved it. And hearing Bradshaw on commentary was as not trying to be too JBL about it, just fucking being John Layfield was funnier than shit. And having Rey Mysterio on commentary is bizarre. Just gotta throw that out there. But I'm enjoying wrestling again, and I don't get to do that, and I'm so happy. So whatever happens with Willie, I will hope for our pal Willie that he gets booked and gets more bookings. I will hope that people that are sitting at home collecting their money will stay motivated to get back on television. This isn't the end of the Monday Night Wars era where everybody's, just living high off the hog from these inflated Time Warner contracts because, they don't need to. These boys and girls want to work, man. And let them work. I'm enjoying it.
Yeah. We're starting to go into that period that we talk about regularly here in the Simply Reliable studios, and while it's been going for a while, it's really going to kick into high gear here beginning Saturday the 11th and going all the way through the 19th. And the quote that we love saying around here, and if you can't find something to enjoy during those 8 days, don't let the door hit you where the good Lord split you. Just get the F out the fandom. Because there's so many different presentations that are going to be displayed on television on streaming services on YouTube that you can get a hold of and find. And if you can't enjoy something during that 8-day period, we don't want you in the fandom because you make it hard for the rest of us. You know, there's TNA Rebellion, there's AEW Dynasty, there's the regular weekly television, then there's everything happening in Vegas.
Yep.
From mud shows that you've never heard of to more popular indies like House of Glory and GCW to women's cards like Poder Mania and Ladies Night Out and Tokyo Joshi and Spark. You know, you're going to see the future of wrestling and things like the WWE ID Showcase. There's Bloodsport, you know, and the Killer Cross, Natural Born Killers, that's going to mix wrestling and like MMA style of fighting. There's a show on Tuesday in Henderson, No Ring.
Oh.
You know, it's still professional wrestling, but it's no ring. I'm sitting here, I'm like, did they get a hold of old LBWA tapes where we wrestled on the grass in a park?
Right?
Like, what the hell are we going to do here? It's a bar, but no ring.
Like, not even a setup like Josh has for Bloodsport? Like, no mat or anything?
Don't know. Never seen the promotion before.
The fuck? Okay.
It was something I was talking to Walter about going to because we'll be in town on Tuesday afternoon. It's like, do we want to go to this? He's like, I just kind of want to relax Tuesday at the Airbnb because we got so much we're going to be doing. I'm like, that's fair.
That's fair. Yeah.
But like, it was something I proposed to him because it was like, bro, let's go check this out.
Right.
But there's so much stuff that's going to be going on. CMLL is going to have a show as part of the Palms thing with House of Glory and everything. Like, if you just can't find something to enjoy next week, then you really are just someone who claims to be a fan that watches just a bitch.
You're hate watching.
Yeah, you're hate watching.
Yeah. And it's bullshit at this point.
And you make it hard for the rest of us who are on a mission, like Ryan and the Collective, like us here at the SRS, that are trying to end the tribalism.
Yes. Yes.
Go ahead, Ryan.
So, I don't really mess with WWE the same way I used to. It is no longer something that appeals to me. I typically try not to comment on the everyday art that is on there. And unless, of course, you reveal Pat McAfee as the guy who's talking that has to be egregiously bad to get me to comment on it. So, it is what it is on that one. I do actually enjoy CM Punk and Roman right now, right? WWE, AEW. Hold on. Let me go down the entire WWE umbrella. WWE, NXT, Evolve, AEW, Ring of Honor, TNA, Revolver, GCW, House of Glory, CMLL, AAA, Noah, New Japan Pro Wrestling. That's just off the top, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, there are so many different flavors of pro wrestling. WWE does not have AEW style or vice versa. They both have attributes of both, but they're not all of wrestling, okay? You know, deathmatch wrestling, GCW, I used to unfairly treat GCW with the ECW reputation, and then I started watching GCW more and more frequently, and now I can say GCW offers one of the best products. Maybe not consistently, but they offer one of the best products until they're in the Ukrainian Culture Center and everything shits the bed. I joke.
But
I love the venue. I hate their Wi-Fi.
I will say, I've had the stream on the entire night. I definitely saw the hiccups, but the show is still on. You know, it's doing its thing. I will say, and I mentioned this a couple times, like, if I had known that what was going to happen with the interviews was going to happen, I would have been at this show, because goddamn, this has been a fantastic show with some of the surprises and the talent on this show. But I digress. The internet at this place and the Hog Show at the Globe kind of has been what it is. Hopefully they get that straightened out for the May 1st show. But go ahead, keep finishing your point.
Well, on that one, there's just so many different brands, genres, and styles of professional wrestling.
Mhm.
Okay, like
It truly is a buffet.
If nothing appeals to you, why are you here? Why are you still here? Like, if you some days, I made this post earlier. Wrestling's not going to love you back. That doesn't just apply to wrestlers. That applies to fans. And sometimes your hobby doesn't love you back. Sometimes you get depressed in your own head and you don't like, I don't know, playing video games or reading books or whatever your hobby is. You know, sometimes it's a you thing. And for a lot of these people, I feel like it is a you thing. They do things out of habit or tradition, and they have nothing else to fill their time with, and they're miserable. And thus, because they're miserable, they have to make other people feel miserable in the same instance. Right? So this is what it is. I don't get it. The hate watching needs to stop with wrestling. I don't like gatekeeping. But if you hate watch it, why are you trying to make me miserable? I'm over here just trying to enjoy my product. But, you know, I'm a sicko and everybody has to come attack me like that because I like one particular genre of pro wrestling more than others. You know, I don't like it. It's really scummy. It is what it is.
No, it is. And professional wrestling now more than ever truly is a buffet. You know, to your point, to the point that I was making earlier, like there's going to be so many different flavors in Vegas. It may all be chicken, but it's fried chicken. It's barbecue chicken. It's rotisserie chicken. You know, it's chicken chow mein. It's chicken nuggets. You know, there all these different things. I went on a whole diatribe earlier with potatoes because how Tatum Paxley's called tater. I just went on this Bubba diatribe like Forrest Gump, you know, talking about the shrimp. I'm like, there's potato chips, there's French fries, there's au gratin, scallops, you know, going on this whole thing. And it's like, at its base, it may all be the same thing. It's professional wrestling. But it's lucha libre, it's strong style, it's more entertainment based, it's women, it's Effie's Big Gay Brunch where everybody is supportive of the LGBTQ plus, you know, demographic. It's blood sport, but it's mixing MMA and wrestling. It's everything, quite literally. And if you can honestly go to a buffet, whether it's Hometown Buffet, Golden Corral, or the mom and pop place in Vegas, and you can look at everything that is out there for your enjoyment and say, nah, I don't like any of this shit. Why the fuck are you at the buffet? Go somewhere else. You know?
And there's a place to do a buffet. It's Las Vegas, baby.
Right? So back to the primary topic at hand. Hopefully whatever is going on with Willie and Tony can get resolved, can get ironed out, because I'd love to see Willie more on my television as opposed to just Thursdays on YouTube on the Psychopathic Records YouTube channel for JCW Lunacy. But it just kind of is what it is, as Ryan so eloquently puts it. While Jeff is doing his thing in the other room, and since that topic is over, we're going to run our trailer again real quick. Then we'll get into the main event topic and Pat McAfee being on the phone to Randy Orton. We will be right back.
And now for a taste of things to come.
And we are back. For those that may not have caught it, that trailer is pretty much everything that's not WrestleMania connected. Because I got rid of pretty much everything I could to still make it the right time frame. I think there's only like 3 Mania Week things in there that aren't actually WrestleMania itself, but everything else is in its own exclusive WrestleMania trailer. So, last night on SmackDown, and let me go ahead and start by saying I still haven't watched SmackDown. I was occupied with other stuff. I worked, and then when I got home, I got in just in time for the GCW main event because, we're actually covering that. So, I wanted to be there for the team. But, so apparently Pat McAfee was the guy on the phone to Randy Orton, or so we're being led to believe. Let's say it that way, because I still think there's somebody else that was on the phone, and McAfee was a decoy. But, it's WrestleMania season, so Cody Rhodes needs to get the shit beat out of him by somebody that's not full-time with the company. It seems to happen every year. Death, taxes, and Cody Rhodes getting bloodied by someone who's not a full-time wrestler.
Or at least kicked in the cook.
Yeah,
Yeah, it'd be like that every WrestleMania season.
And I know there's plenty of people in the IWC that love to watch a good Cody Rhodes beatdown because they're sick and tired of Cody.
Oh, yeah.
But then everything started to come out that this was an edict from TKO, and specifically Ari Emanuel, that he wanted Pat McAfee to be penciled into this role because Pat's got a 4-episode arc of some TV show coming up, and he's trying to get into movies and everything. And it's like, okay. I'm going to take all that with a grain of salt, considering I read it on the IWC.
Yeah.
And none of it came from a press release. We always like to say it's only rumor until it's being reported from Jacksonville, Stamford, Connecticut, and wherever TNA's home base is now.
Canada, eh?
But assuming that this is factually accurate, what the fuck? Like, what are we doing here, y'all? I get the fact that WWE and the ESPN are a thing now.
Yeah.
Which means that WWE is under, oh boy, Mickey Mouse's thumb. But are we really that desperate to shoehorn some ESPN talent into WWE storylines? Oh God, here we go. We getting the hat on so we could just go full tilt here.
Oh yeah, 100%.
I'm gonna go to Nick first on this one because he's been uncharacteristically quiet tonight.
Yeah.
Probably partially because he's trying to keep quiet so that the missus doesn't get woken up and beat the shit out of him.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, go.
That'd be
go
great
ahead.
content.
What are your thoughts on Pat McAfee?
There's so many other great choices that you could have used. The fact that you had to trot out Pat McAfee out there, I don't understand it. I know a certain fellow from New York was very, very, very unhappy with how Friday Night SmackDown went.
Well, I'm sure it wasn't just a certain individual from New York. I'm sure there was a lot of people out there that weren't happy. So let's not pinpoint
Yeah.
one guy that's controversial
No.
by nature.
No. I'm just saying I'm just saying that I'm sure there was a lot of people out there that weren't happy with it.
Like I was in a space earlier today where people were going off about it, but that's neither here nor there.
No, but just at the end of the day, like there were so many other great options, and I mean, if we're led to believe that this was a higher up call, that should make people, especially WWE fans, very weary, because if that came from above, what else can come out from above? You know what I mean? Like today it's just Pat McAfee. Tomorrow it could be, main eventing Jelly Roll versus Little Yachty. You know what I mean? Like it seems like I'm sorry, buddy, but it seems like the WWE product is just going that way. A lot of Hollywood interaction and celebrity appearances.
Well, in fairness, WWE has always been entrenched in celebrity involvement. Hell, you go all the way back to the inaugural WrestleMania.
But what I'm saying is,
and even beyond the war to settle the score and everything. Andy Kaufman.
I feel like it. I feel like they're traveling down a path. Isn't Kenny the one who said it? By 2020 or 2030, we'd see Mr. Beast versus so and so in the main event of WrestleMania. Like, I don't know. I think that's one of the things of WWE I don't like, is the whole, like, that really heavy celebrity interaction. But at the end of the day, you can't fault anybody for liking the product. If people like that stuff, that's, everybody's entitled to their opinion. But on the surface, they could have done so much more with this. And the fact that it's Pat McAfee, if they think that he's the one that's going to be the needle mover and move ticket sales, yeah, I don't know.
See, and again, I didn't see his involvement. I didn't see his promo. A lot of people that I'm hearing online aren't exactly mad with his promo. Wrong messenger. Good message, wrong messenger. Is a lot of what I'm hearing on socials. So that's why I want to have this conversation about it, and why I'm more asking questions than giving opinions, because I haven't seen it. Because contrary to the popular belief, yes, members of the IWC have lives. Believe it or not. Believe it or not. I mean, I was on the phone with Ryan earlier today. He was out at dinner with the wife.
The fuck?
Holy shit. Stop the presses.
Wait. He was out and he's married?
Right?
What the fuck? You're bullshitting.
A fish out of water.
God damn. Check, please. I'm done. That's it.
Where's Walter for that pun when we needed him? Shit. But
fucking dad jokes 2 months early. Anyway, Jesus.
But seriously, I mean, his gimmick is the wrestler. But he was a fish out of water because he was out in public.
I know it.
But
that's a better joke than most of, if not all. You know what? I'll go ahead and say it. It's a better joke than everything that James tried to throw earlier on air.
That's fair too. That's it. Kick him while he's not here to defend himself.
Hey, he had the opportunity to come. I messaged him as soon as he told me that they were cutting the GCW feed. I was like, "So you coming to Shenanigans?" And he was like, "No, I'm
tired.
I'm cranky. I'm in a bad mood."
We're trying to get him to what, or at this point, just maximizing the time. I think he's in a bad headspace because he's mad at the show. I'm like, peace, like, tranquilo, bro. Like, calm down. You're gonna pop a blood vessel. Here's a stream, or here's a website where you may or may not watch this new Super Mario movie and just vibe. All right, this is what it is.
Yeah.
Anyway,
he takes things way too personally, but that's a whole other debacle.
Quite so.
But yeah, I was on the phone with Ryan today, and he was out at dinner with the missus. Like, we do have lives, y'all. Back to the initial point. So,
sorry.
There's times, and I've said it multiple times here on our streams. There's times when, if I'm not at home, I don't worry about running things back and rushing to rewatch something.
Yeah.
I'll usually just go to social media, see clips, and jump in spaces and hear people talking about it. You know, I've been working a lot of Mondays and Wednesdays lately, usually opening shifts, which means that the earliest I'm getting cut is 5 o'clock Pacific, so 8 o'clock Eastern, when Raw and Dynamite are starting. By the time I take my buses home, I'm getting home as the shows are ending.
Yeah.
Because Victor Valley Transit be like that.
Oh, yeah.
So my knowledge on Raw and Dynamite products has been Carlos's spaces. You know, and jumping in, hearing him run down the show and what happened, hearing everybody give their thoughts, hearing Dylan, not your son, ask questions of everybody but the host of the show, you know, which is a thing. Ryan knows what I'm talking about.
Death, taxes, and a completely unrelated to the topic question from Dylan.
And, you know, so that's how I get my knowledge a lot of the time, you know. A shout out to Carlos. But I'm just curious what everybody's thoughts on this is, you know. So I'll go ahead and go to you, Ryan, because you just kind of admitted yourself a moment ago that you don't really watch WWE. If anything, you see clips. Have you seen the McAfee clip, and what were your thoughts on him being...
I saw the whole build through clips through the Randy Orton story here.
Okay.
So it was almost like there couldn't be a wrong answer, and they found one anyways, in spite of it, right? The substance of the promo, I did take a little umbrage with. 5'5" guys wrestling 45-minute matches for no reason whatsoever. That's not a thing in WWE. That's not really a thing in WWE at all.
Right.
You know, NXT Takeover era, maybe Black and Gold, fine. But you know, we're like 6 years removed from Black and Gold, so it's just like dated. So that was a shot across the bow of AEW more than it was anything else. And the promo, the reveal, Pat McAfee. You know, it could have been Ted DiBiase. It could have been, God. It could have been Shane. Hell, it could have been Stephanie. It could have been a lot of people, right? Pat McAfee, specifically Pat McAfee. If the orders came from upon high, and Ari Emanuel said, Pat McAfee now, right? I get it. Do what your bosses tell you, right? Still come up with a great way to sell it. And maybe this is the best way to sell that, right? But no matter what, everyone was going to walk away unhappy in some capacity from this, especially if the IWC was something to take away from. And take anything away from this. Cody Rhodes, later in the night, come out to completely bury the angle on air. You know, Disco Inferno catching strays from Cody Rhodes in 2026 as well. So, I don't know. There's a lot of issues with this. We are ahead of WrestleMania, but it did get everybody talking. Good, bad, controversy creates cash. People are talking about it. Clips are getting shared. It might be being made fun of. It might not be taken seriously. But those are all still views, impressions, and all of that. And it seems to have done the job. Okay, this is me defending corporate WWE on this, right? So I saw it. I had my reaction. I didn't really like it, but at this point, okay, you did it. What's the follow-up? Where are we going from here? Right? Is there really another person? Could there be another person? Is it just one? Because there could be more. But, like, Bob Orton Sr. was a solid choice that they could have pulled out. You know? They were in St. Louis anyways. I don't know what his health, probably more than likely his health disagrees, right? That's my guess, right? But no, evidently, corporate wrestling, TKO, R. Emanuel, the board, you have The Rock saying, so then I told Pat McAfee to call Randy Orton and kill the business, right? This is what it is. Very memeable segment.
Yeah. And you named off a couple people that I still think it can be. You know,
there's one I really thought the chances weren't zero, but I'm not going to mention it. And you were intelligent enough to piece that one together.
Mm-hmm.
You know. So. Sorry.
No, you're good. Ash, we'll go to you next since Jeff is still out of the room, and then we'll wrap things up with his thoughts.
Yeah, this was a choice that was made.
I love that. This was a choice.
Because it was. It just felt so random. Like, it's just like, what's the connection? What's the reason? What's the follow-up going to be? It's just so many unanswered questions, and it's just like, okay, I get what Pat McAfee was going to with his promo, but then there's the second half. I was like, about the 45-minute matches. I'm like, it's like, oh, there's 5'5" guys doing 45-minute Iron Man matches in WWE. I'm sorry, where, bitch? Fucking where? Like, when the fuck does that happen? Because it doesn't. It doesn't.
Yeah.
Like, what? Like, I get what they're trying to go with this, but they're just, the way they're going about it is just, it's just so nonsensical.
Yeah.
It's
like I said, the message may have been an okay message, but just the wrong messenger.
Right. Like, I get you're trying to tackle the criticisms the community has onto about like WWE, but you're using the wrong vessel to do so. Like, Pat McAfee is not the best choice for it.
Yeah.
That's what I mean by it was a choice. Because what's the connection? What's the reason? There's just like, oh, and Cody did not do anything like help at all. It's just like, what the hell are we doing here? Like, what are we doing here?
Yeah, I'm glad you mentioned Cody, because the report going around is that WWE Creative told Cody, go out there and shoot back. And Cody said some things.
Cody always says some things. Let's be real here. You can't trust a goddamn word that comes out of his goddamn mouth. Fucking politician, if there ever was one.
Well, I direct back over to Ryan and something that he's fond of saying. Anytime a worker grabs a microphone, he's working us.
Mm-hmm.
So
that's
you
true.
can't trust a goddamn word that comes out of any of their mouths.
That's true. I'm just mostly playing along with my Cody hate bit right now. So
I figured, kind of like I was rubbing it in with Noah earlier with my Candice LeRae hate
for what it's worth, it did give me the best Cody promo, in my opinion, in a long time.
Mm-hmm.
I'm now sold on whatever Cody's doing, but the angle itself, sometimes you got to take a few steps back to go forward. Okay?
And I saw your reaction, Jeff. I had to get my digs in there. When she hugged Johnny during the match, I'm like, she's getting involved in the match. Get her out of there. She is getting involved. She is touching one of the competitors. If Stephanie Vaquer had been out there hugging Miles Bourne, I would have said the same thing.
Okay.
She's touching one of the competitors. It doesn't matter that she's touching her husband and she's on his side. She is getting involved in touching one of the competitors during the match. It wasn't before the match. It wasn't after the match. It was during the match.
If the referee felt there was a problem, he would have said something, or she, or whatever the fuck is calling the match. I didn't get to see.
And then God bless Safette coming in at the perfect time with the hashtag purple-haired twat waffle.
Safette anymore. Anyway,
but back to you. Your thoughts on Pat McAfee and the corresponding Cody promo?
I love it because everybody hates it.
You would
fucking dig it, dude.
Agent of chaos like that.
I am. I just sat back. Now, see, remember, I watch it on delay. I didn't watch it while it was happening to the rest of the world. I had to wait till fucking 8:00 last night, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I'm sitting back just watching, and as I'm watching it unfold in front of me, the comments are already popping up online, and Aaron's doing his recap. I'm just going, this is fucking wonderful. This is just gonna just create a fucking tornado, and I'm just ready to fucking anti-M my ass into this. This is tremendous. I'm here for it.
Now, is it going to create a human tornado?
No, that's your job next week with Walter. You gotta make that happen. Anyway, I digress. Look, it could have been anybody. It really could have. It probably still will be, right? What I love is that after all, it's got to be The Rock. Oh, it's got to be Ted Jr. By the way, he'll be at WrestleCon, just so you know. DiBiase Jr., if you want to, get a little in there. Anyway, everybody's got a price for the $1 Million Family. Apparently. I just love it. Look, I like Pat. I always have. I thought he was a great heel in NXT. I thought he was fun to watch. I'm gonna, do my corporate overlord thing. ESPN's doing a great job with their coverage of WWE. I think we are doing a buffo job. Yay, Disney. Yay, ESPN. Okay, I'm good.
Boffo, is that the third brother of the Brothers of Construction? Yabo, Ruffo, and Boffo?
That's right. That's right. And if you know, you know. And if you don't, we're clearly too old for the room. And Jay and I know that already. So thank you. Fuck off. Anyway.
If you don't know what we're talking about, watch JCW Lunacy. Written by Vince Russo.
Yeah.
That was actually a good show.
It really is a good show. Like, people need to give it a chance.
No, they do. They do. I am not a Vince Russo liker. I go back and forth how I feel about Vito and everybody, but that show is ridiculous in the best way. It literally was yesterday, and people are just losing their goddamn minds. And I love it. I just sit back and just go, yep, just fucking scorch earth, folks. Do it.
Well, I think people are losing their minds, and allow me to be another corporate shill, even though I don't work for the company per se.
Okay.
It directly ties back to what the Wrestle Collective talked about this past Thursday.
Mm-hmm.
Do they even care about stories anymore? It's WrestleMania season.
Right.
A lot of us have been saying for weeks, if not more than weeks, months, it doesn't feel like WrestleMania.
Yep.
We are literally, it is Saturday.
Yes.
2 weeks from tonight, night one is in the books.
2. Yep.
And this is what they're giving us 2 weeks out. Now, I'm a believer in patience and let things right itself. But tickets aren't selling.
Nope.
Box office is down.
Yes.
Why is this the play that's being made to try to get interest? To something Charles put in the chat, second most disliked video this year.
Yeah. If you, I didn't read the whole article, but apparently it's the lowest rated SmackDown in the history of SmackDown. It's like a 0.35 approval rating or some shit. Like, golly, guys. I understand SmackDown's taking place in the Attitude Era and beyond, so it didn't have to suffer through the creative doldrums that was 1994 and 1995. Okay. But there have been far worse episodes of SmackDown than yesterday. Like, by a lot. Just saying. I went through them all. I went through all the episodes of Raw. That, you know, and for the record, neither AEW in any time in their 6 years, nor WWE creative under Paul Levesque has been near as befuckling than WCW in the year 2000. Shut all the way the fuck up with that. Please, I beg of you, with everything I believe in this world, that narrative needs to die.
But Beetlejuice and Jeff Jarrett.
I understand that Jeff Jarrett was part of that company in 2000. Okay, I get it, and I said I'm not a Vince Russo fan. I'm not. Okay, WCW 2000 was the drizzling after effect of Taco Bell binging diuretic shits. Okay, however, two very valid points that I always try to make now in my enlightened life now in wrestling. Russo did not get to captain the team for a year, a full season. And if you believe everything you've heard from validated sources in the last 25 years, WCW was never going to succeed. Ever, ever, ever. It had those 83 weeks of, oh my God, we're beating the WWF. And you could not go anywhere in the world without seeing a shirt that looked like this with different letters on it. Okay? But long term, that their corporate overlords never wanted the company on the books. So whatever creative was going to come out of that, it was never going to be the means to an end. The means to an end was, let's get the fuck rid of this. So comparing it to that nowadays is just silly at this point. AEW is run by a super fan who apparently has a bottomless pocketbook. Good on him. Play with your toys, Tony. Like, whatever. I like some of the stuff. I don't like some of the stuff. WWE is no longer the WWE or the WWF that everybody in this room grew up watching. They are a corporate entity under a larger umbrella. The only difference is they are not a television company that happens to produce wrestling like WCW was. They have been, they are, and they will always be a professional wrestling presentation. And I don't care how many times Triple H doesn't say the word sports entertainment anymore. It's more sports entertainment than it ever has been. And anybody that doesn't believe that and believes it's, oh yeah, we're getting wrestling back now, you guys aren't paying attention. Okay, you're just not. Pat McAfee being the voice inside Randy Orton's ear on his phone is seriously doing exactly what it's supposed to be doing. It is pissing us off. Now, if you believe the narrative of some people in the office, you know, including one guy that used to wear white suits and rouge his face to death, they're not appealing to us. They're appealing to the people that are buying tickets. the people that are in the arenas every week, the people that are spending money on merchandise in the arenas and, wearing their merch to the shows. If that is truly the case, then this is a confusing decision. No doubt about it. But I don't know if Bruce Pritchard's narrative is 100% true 100% of the time, because this particular creative directive makes no sense on that front. Pat McAfee being in Randy Orton's ear is not going to drive up ticket sales to go see this main event on the first night of WrestleMania.
No.
If I'm making the decision, okay, unapologetic friend and chill. I was listening to part of Nikki and Bree's podcast where they had Becky and Cody on the other day, and they were talking. They were asked about which night they're going to be on, and they're not allowed to say, because then their fans will make sure they only buy that night ticket. They're not wrong. I have zero desire to go at all because it's just so damn much money, even with the free, no fees or 31.6% off, whatever the fuck sale they run this day. But if I am able to have the choice, I will. I want to see Punk and Reigns. But I also am curious about Randy and Cody, which means I have to go to both nights just on that front alone.
Yeah.
If I'm in a financial situation where I'm able to go to one of the two nights and I have to make that choice based on this wrinkle in the story, I'm going to night 2. And if my friends aren't on the night 2, I feel bad. I'm a shitty friend. But I am less interested in that wrinkle of it. Do I still want to see Randy versus Cody? Of course. There's equity in there for days, for years, decades. But if what we hear from the executive offices of WWE on the regular, that they're writing TV, they're writing the storylines for the ticket-paying audience, then this particular decision completely goes against that. From this fan's opinion, I don't understand that. Why does Pat McAfee being the devil on Randy Orton's shoulder make me want to go see WrestleMania in person more? What does that do for me as a fan? I don't know what it does.
Yeah.
If that's the directive they're going under, then, and again, we wrestling fans are impatient. We want it to make sense right now. This doesn't make sense. And if it doesn't make sense after the end of April 19th, then we can come back the following Saturday and go, what the fuck happened? Right now, I'm just loving it that everybody's so pissy about it.
That's fair.
I'm more so for me on my case. I'm not mad. I'm just confused.
Right.
I think that's the main thing is I think people are so confused that they're working themselves into a shoot.
Yeah. And that's the thing, Ash. You are always on there, but you're always trying to preach the, why do you have to hate this and love this? Why can't you just enjoy it? You are of the minority because you're not out there all over everybody's screens with your hate speech.
Right. I mean, it's okay to like both, right? You can like both, right?
And the thing is,
you can like more than both. You can like WWE and AEW and TNA and New Japan and AAA and GCW and Revolver and MLW.
Right.
And to that point, Jay, you and I have said for our entire partnership, nobody's forcing any of you to watch any of this. And if there is somebody there holding a revolver, not the company, to your head, find a way and call the popo. We don't want you to sit here and be forced to watch this crap. Trust me. We understand we don't appeal to everybody, okay? But if somebody's forcing you, please go get help.
Yeah.
But if you're sitting there bitching about it, These still work, even on streaming sticks. Just hit the fucking big red button. Just make it go away.
Yeah.
That's the sad part about us wrestling fans. It's like we just don't know when to quit. Like it's okay to take a break if needed. I took a break from as I know y'all not gonna believe this, but I took a break from WWE once.
I think everybody on this stream has taken a break at some point or another.
Yeah.
Or at least try.
Yeah, I was going to say, with the exception of maybe Jeff, who up until Disney, this was pretty much his living.
Yep.
You know, and his break is kind of now because he doesn't catch everything live when it happens.
Nope.
And like me, sometimes he doesn't wind back and catch it later.
No.
I'll just catch the next show and catch the previously on recap that you get on every television drama.
Yeah. I am not uncomfortable with missing Raw or SmackDown because I know they're going to catch me up in the first 5 minutes. I'm good.
Yeah.
Mickey Mouse Clubhouse.
And that's the same thing here. Like, I've said it before. GCW is the thing that I can't miss. GCW is the thing that I run back. Because considering the fact that it's not weekly episodic television, they don't always give you highlight reels for everything on the next broadcast. They give you highlights for what pertains to the matches that are going to be had on that show. You know, you may get a highlight for something that happened in November on an April show because it pertains to the match that's going to happen tonight. You may not get a highlight from what happened last night on this show. You know, so it really is a can't miss type of thing if you want to know everything that happened. And especially running a league for GCW, you know, you got to go back and at least get the results.
Yeah. No, that's and again, that goes to another point I've been making for what it feels like forever. Everything in life, whether it's subconscious or conscious, is a choice. You don't choose to breathe. It's a subconscious choice. Your body does it, but it's still a choice.
Yeah.
Your body can just say, "Yeah, fuck it, you're dead today." So you know, so there you go. It's proof positive. But yeah, it's just I love the choosing to use social media what everybody thinks it's supposed to be for, and just going on there and just, oh, Triple H is this, or Paul Levesque's this, and Bruce Pritchard's that, and Michael Hayes is this, and it's like, well, yeah, they are, but do you think they really give a fuck what you think? No, because they're not.
And on the flip side, Tony Khan is this, Tony Khan is that, the Young Bucks are this.
Well, to be fair, the Young Bucks are this. So anyway, personal bias.
I was trying to be a good boy considering their EVPs, so I was just using them as an example for that structure. I know, but I've tried to be a little bit nicer lately since there are people on the collective side of things that are big Young Bucks fans.
I understand that, and if seriously, if anybody out there truly dislikes my opinions on the Young Bucks, I am apologetic that I turned you off as an audience member because I do not wish to do that. I can't make myself talk nice about them. So,
and that's fair. And at least right now we're not on a collective channel. So
yes. Well, in that case,
but I still try to be a little bit nicer because Ryan is here representing. You know.
Yes.
Oh, you guys' opinions are you guys' opinions. It is what it is.
I appreciate that.
So, is what it is. It's the social media outcry problem, like dawn of Facebook, MySpace, where everybody, feels the need to voice whatever opinion. Everybody's a Yelp reviewer. You know, everybody's ranking their food and giving their opinion on something. For better or worse, Pat McAfee promo got people talking.
Mm-hmm.
And that's the job. Now, is sell tickets? Who knows? You know me, JJ. I hate talking about tickets. I hate talking about business metrics. I'm a fan. I'm not an exec. I don't have shares in this company.
You prefer to talk about the art as opposed to the metrics.
So, when the art, WWE is an entertainment company. Subjectively, I say that. Objectively, they are a business corporate structure, right? Laid out. WWE hasn't existed in the form that you know WWE in quite some time. WWE started answering to shareholders in 2001, but actually 1999. They went public in 99. But Vince McMahon held the majority of shares, so it didn't really matter. Sure, there were shareholders that you had to appease, but you didn't really have shareholders that you needed to appease. How that company was layered. This is like common stock, Class B stock, is what it is, right? Social media, Twitter, Facebook, so many toxic people, just spreading the hate of whatever. And I find it funny. I found it funny. I didn't enjoy it myself, but I found this interaction funny. This is what it is.
I just enjoy, and again, it's toxic. It's not right that I enjoy it, but it's just funny to watch the immediate visceral, everything, this is the end of everything and everything sucks and fuck this. And it's like, guys, the show's been off the air for 22 seconds. Calm your tits, madam. God damn.
Yeah.
My hope is, oh, sorry.
No, you're good. Go ahead. I was done.
My hope is that everyone can just forgive Road Dogg for a little bit.
Right?
Because he's not there anymore. And the worst creative decision, in my opinion, since, the TKO acquisition. I think you go back 20 years, 26 years to be exact. That's unfair in any regard because these are very, very much different companies. And yes, WCW was bad. Campy at times. I found stuff. There are very few and far between enjoyable moments in 2000 WCW. But
absolutely, there were some.
They exist. But they're in their own respective vacuums. But this was the worst so far, in my opinion. Creative decision since Endeavor purchased WWE, merged it with UFC, and then subsequently Endeavor was purchased by Silver Lake, another private equity. So even they have masters that there's a big chain of command. So I'm sure the entire creative structure is frustrated if this was a decision from upon high.
But again, your opinion.
Really quickly, while Ryan was talking, I want to bring his attention to the comment.
Oh, yeah. Thank you.
April is Autism Awareness Month. There you go. To your point, though, your opinion is the worst creative decision since the acquisition 3 years ago. It's been 24 hours since that creative decision was presented to the world. So in the moment, it's like, oh God, this is elephant shit. Let's see what happens on Monday. Let's see what happens next Friday. Let's see what happens on the go-homes.
They have every opportunity to create a great follow-up.
Yeah, they do. They have every opportunity, and I am of that opinion that if they follow up with something that does not make it make sense to even the average viewer, then we can sit here on the 25th and go, yeah, that was some dumb shit. For right now, it seems hopeless, or it seems useless, not hopeless. There's always hope. But
in the heat of the moment, while we're discussing this,
yeah,
is this the worst creative decision since Rikishi did it for The Rock?
now you're going back 25 and a half years. So,
because that's the last decision that I can that jumps to my head as far as like a what the fuck.
So I'll even go to bat for that one, only because it ended up not being Rikishi.
I know.
Really?
But how long did it take for that to be revealed? It took
a couple of weeks.
I feel like it took longer than that. Maybe it was just a couple of weeks, but again, that even better parallel, because if in a couple of weeks we realize it was something else,
then we're good.
But in the moment,
just
like in the moment when that dropped, is this as bad of a creative decision?
Katie Vick, Hornswoggle.
Okay. Yeah, Katie Vick was bad in the moment, and it never got good. Hornswoggle being the illegitimate child, and then freaking.
I was thinking Anonymous DM later because they did the Anonymous DM reveal as well.
Yeah, that was fucking stupid. That one. I really think that was the one where they had no fucking idea what they wanted to do. Like none. They wanted to get the GM thing off of a person because everybody was hating on the authority figure stuff. But the problem is it made a heel out of Michael Cole, which is like, there was a creative idea. It's in the moment, Jay. I will say in the actual that very moment, the only thing worse than Rikishi in the last 25 years was Katie Vick. And then Katie Vick just never got better.
Fair enough.
So I would say Katie Vick's the worst one in the modern, I guess, era, the last 25 years, quarter century, whatever. Yeah. That was just so bad. And even the pay-per-view payoff wasn't even worth it. Because it was just Triple H consolidating a championship that got brought back the following May. Like, okay. And what did it do for Kane? Diddly.
Buried him.
Well,
I feel it buried him. I'm a huge Kane shooter.
And I look back and I go, long term, it may not have been as bad as it could have been because him losing the mask rejuvenated him. And it was the story with Triple H that got us there. But the initial outing of that story, which made for a great graphic novel that WWE Books put out, but seeing it play out the way it played out on television, it was like, I could have watched anything tonight, but I got to watch the son-in-law to be of the head of the company don a character's mask and plow a mannequin in a casket today. I made that choice today. I'm going to sleep now and have nightmares. Thank you.
Thank God I chose to miss that episode of Monday Night Raw. Goddamn.
And that
you can find it on. Oh wait, you can't find it on the network anymore.
Do you know network? Do you know the only benefit that I can think of from that entire episode and storyline, Jay? It was the first thing we covered on Extreme Mayhem back in 2002. So the start of my career. So thank you, Glenn, and thank you for being willing to go through that hell.
Well, just like the first episode of Talk Wrestling was the Benoit thing.
Well, yeah, but I can't thank Chris.
Damn.
I'm just saying, like, great topics to start your shows.
Right?
Why Jeff can't have nice things in wrestling anymore, boys and girls, because shit like this. But yeah, it's very confusing. The difference is the confusion over Rikishi in 2000 was at the beginning of the internet age, really, for wrestling. Yeah. 2002, by that point, obviously there was enough toxicity in wrestling and internet that we could, cover it on the air. it is so much worse now, so much more amplified, so much more saturated now that everybody's opinion is replied to, reposted, retweeted, retwixed, whatever the fuck you want to call it. And it creates, we're about 27 hours removed from it, and people are losing their damn minds. Like it's so crazy that they're getting that sideways about it. It feels like to me that this is the same level within the small wrestling bubble as when Kimmel got canceled by, admittedly, the company I work for, over just too much of an opinion, and then they backpedaled it right away. It's so crazy to me that things can move that quickly over something that really is not going to affect our lives or the lives of the people in the company long term. I don't think it will anyway. And again, I hope I'm proven wrong. I hope that this Pat McAfee thing leads to something just whoa come WrestleMania Saturday or Sunday, whatever it is.
It's fair. Any other opinions on Pat McAfee? Or should we go ahead and run one more commercial and then get to the shills?
I'm all about the shows. I am DX up in this bitch.
All right. We shall be right back.
And now for a taste of things to come.
And we are back. All right. Let's go ahead and start getting everybody out of here. Nick, since I know that you've been quiet for the missus' sake, why don't you go ahead and show yourself, and then you can dip since you're not on camera anyway. Nick? Oh, Nick. Did you fall asleep, Nick?
Hang on, I'm gonna pull a string.
If someone pull a string, he's not talking. There's a snake in my boot. Wait.
I think we lost him.
I'm just going to go ahead and pull him out. And then there were four.
Yes. Poor guy got lost up in the mountains.
Had to get lost somewhere.
At least it's not lost in space, am I right?
What's the worst movie of 1998?
God damn it.
Godzilla?
That is the actual answer. But it's worst movie. Yeah, it's something to that effect. But yeah. Well, Lost Space movie was dog shit. It was so bad. It's just Rocky Horror callback that Jay's throwing at me because it's Saturday and he's fucking with me. Everybody's fucking with the past this week. Fucking XMV opening on a Greg Cherry show now. I got Rocky callbacks throwing me all night. God damn it! What the hell?
The hilarious thing is, like, I was always horrible at the callbacks.
I know. Yeah,
like, I could never remember the lines at the right time.
Right.
Or, like, I would remember some of the callbacks, but I would never remember, like, the right point to do them.
Yes. Yes, that's always the worst.
So it's like, so it was just like, you know. But I know some of them to throw at you, so.
Yes.
Prove that
it's
I
all
once
good
upon a time used to go to that shit.
Yeah. God. It's so crazy that it's been this weekend. As a matter of fact, let's see, what's today's date now? It's the third, fourth. It's still
It's still the fourth for us West Coasters.
Fourth. So yeah, it was the Saturday before. No, it was Friday night going into Saturday of Hall of Fame 2005 that I first got together with Dylan's mom. So yeah, it's been 21 years this year. The relationship is old enough to drink, as it should.
That's right.
As it should.
God knows you need a lot of alcohol with that relationship.
There's a whole other side story that I'm not going to get into for purposes of not traumatizing the boy. Anyway.
Ash.
Yeah,
why don't you go ahead and tell people where they can find you?
You can find me on X, the app formerly known as Twitter, at ShadowBadAsh, and subscribe to my YouTube channel, Batty for Wrestling. Don't be a dickhead.
What kind of stuff do you have coming up on your YouTube channel?
So I'm still working on the New Japan. I have a lot of catching up on New Japan to do.
Yes, we know.
I got a tournament that I'm promised to be covering, which I'm almost done. I am at the semifinals now. And from there, I have Sakura Genesis to review as well. So, and then also come May, I'm going to be covering the best of the Super Juniors.
All right.
This is the winner, guys. This is Kosei Fujita. He's going to win the tournament. He's another TMDK person.
Got you. As long as it's not that bum Yoda Tsuji.
Yeah, oh my God.
I didn't get to go into the spaces, but I know that Advocate was doing like a Where in the World is Carmen San Diego earlier today, tracking Yoda Tsuji.
Yeah, oh my God, this fucking dude calls his space Yoda Tsuji has been compromised and confined or something like that. It's like, God damn it.
See, this is the stuff why I love Advocate to death. He just has that sense of humor that works with us.
Yeah. I mean, it's like, he made the space. I think it's called like, I forgot what it is. Hold on, I gotta search it up. It's so funny. Just give me a second. Hold on.
All right. Advocate is a real character. I love him.
People like Advocate is why it's okay to like wrestling, and it's a safe space, and it's fun, and it's like it makes it enjoyable. And for us, 80s and 90s babies, Carmen Sandiego references are always good. So it's okay.
Right?
They need to like actually make a thing of that again. Like some sort of educational program / TV. The fact that Teddy's going to be at WrestleCon in Vegas, I have not yet ruled him out. I really haven't. I'll rule him out come the 20th or the 21st or whatever it is.
Yeah.
I'm legit just glad he got exonerated because he was my son's first ever autograph from a WWE superstar. And that I would hate if that was tainted because of what the fuck he was accused of, because golly, was it going to be bad.
Yeah, for real.
Yep.
I found the name of the space. It was Yoda Tsuji has been caught and compromised.
God damn it.
To a permanent end.
Well, and there was
Mod
one that
shit.
was earlier in the day that was like Yoda Tsuji is on the loose in, and it was like some kind of foreign country.
It's
You
so
know, I
funny.
want to say Paris, France, but it was in Paris. But you know, it was something like that. Like Yoda Tsuji is on the run in insert country here, and I was just like, the fuck. And then I go to look at the space details, and the space only ran for like 10 minutes, and Advocate and Nash were the only two people in there.
Yeah, because
And it's
Andrew
like, go
Baydella was
figure.
doing a space.
It's like, go figure. Ash was in there, the Yoda Tsuji defender.
Oh my
Yeah.
god. That's great.
So
I
he
love
straight up said, I'm glad you came into space because you were the one person I wanted to talk about on this. And then that's when I said, hey, guess what, guys? Yoda Tsuji is the global champion, so guess what? You get to see more of him in America. Isn't that great?
And then he probably ended the space. It was like, God damn it.
Yeah.
Goodbye.
Yeah, he ended the space when he found out Andrew Baydalla was doing a space at the same time. So he's like, yeah, I'm going to go jump into there because that's probably where everyone else is. Like, yeah, no problem. I'll catch you later if I have time to. And unfortunately, I was not able to join because I was running errands with my mom.
Gotcha.
Freaking Charles
right.
called back into France episode. Can we not do that again? Oh my god.
And that all happened because I said, it's okay. I'm part French. You can make fun of the French.
And we're going to leave that there because, yeah. Ryan, why don't you tell people where
Ryan.
they can find you and about some of the Wrestle Collective shows that James has so eloquently loaded graphics in here for?
Well, you see, if you enjoy me and subsequently James, who is somewhere caught between here and a Super Mario movie, or, you know, evidently somewhere, I don't know, wherever he is in the world, and our friend, my partner, Hannibal. We do Wrestling with Tism every Monday, 5:30 EST on the Wrestle Collective YouTube, and subsequently, I think also Jay Hebert Side 95. You know, got to plug James somewhere in here. Usually broadcasted on Twitter, on the Wrestle Collective Twitter. You can find me on the WrestleFish, where I also with Hannibal do Light Fuse on Wednesdays at 5:30 EST. And you know, there's a whole calendar of things. I have not yet re-updated the schedule to post it because sometimes things change. Is what it is. But you know, they're all up there somewhere around. You know, is what it is. Tired. My melatonin kicked in like 5 minutes ago. I took that. See, I eat my melatonin, and then JJ says, "Hey, you want to come on? You're in here anyways." It's like, oh, all right, yeah.
Great.
like I'm ready to just land the plane.
No worries, bro. We'll go ahead and let you go. Thank you for coming in and chatting with us a little bit. You have a good night and enjoy the rest of GCW tomorrow.
Yeah.
I will say it was a pretty solid show. You should enjoy it.
Oh, I've seen some spoilers. I can never avoid spoilers when you do wrestling content creation. Spoilers.
That's fair.
It's true.
I was basically reacting to some stuff on the air before you joined, and then once you came in the room, I tried to be quiet. That way, I didn't spoil anything since you were here.
Yeah.
But yeah, like there's some good shit that went down, and I'm looking forward to Vegas even more now because I was right about one thing.
Yep.
For the show, I'm glad I'm already calling the shows that we're calling. I just hope there are no technical difficulties because I can get through technical difficulties. Getting through them with James also on the line.
Well, hopefully, if there are any technical difficulties, they get worked out on Wednesday so that by Friday and Saturday, they're fine.
Yeah. All right. Well, anyways, good night, everybody.
Good night.
Thanks for having me on.
Yeah, absolutely. Thanks for showing up. All right. Did you have an updated show graphic, sir?
I believe I sent it's the most recent one I sent to you. Yes.
Okay. Give me a second to go back and grab that
you're
then because I didn't save that.
Okay. Yeah, that's the one I.
Not to be
created
funny,
after-
but in the past, when I've saved and uploaded it, you've then sent me an updated one. So because your schedule is always changing.
Yes. Well, luckily, you and I had that talk about when the House of Mouse was going to give me my schedule, which happened like yesterday. So once I knew what I was doing, it's like, okay, this is what I know.
All right, so we'll go ahead and we'll throw that up. You
Very
can
good.
talk about that.
All right. As you can see, ladies and gentlemen, I am going to be a very busy boy WrestleMania week, thanks to the House of Mouse granting me the days I asked for. And I will be with these crazy people the entirety of the weekdays, simply predicting with Noah and company Monday, Tuesday, 13th and 14th. And then I'll be on the watch-alongs for Poder Mania, the ID Showcase, Ladies Night Out 16. And I don't know for sure if I've been agreed upon to help cover Bloodsport. I would love to. Worst case scenario, I'd like to cover at least Natty versus Shayna because, oh my God, yes, please.
Yeah,
And then
I believe you have, because Ryan is only giving us 3 shows. Noah doesn't usually do MMA, and Walter will be there live, so he can't do it. So it'll probably be you and James.
Beautiful. And then depending on the need for me to be at the control booth room for WrestleMania itself, I will definitely be on air providing watch-along reactions with my buddy Greg Cherry on WrestleMania Saturday and Sunday. I don't know about the 20th yet for the Raw after Mania, because I don't know what Disney's going to give me yet. And yes, of course, today I cannot even fathom that my son is 18 years old today. Happy birthday, Dylan. I know you're not watching this because you're asleep, and God bless you for it. And you're not going to watch my stuff because I don't expect you to. But I love you, Bubba. I am so proud of the person you have become. I wish I had better pictures, but you don't like pictures anymore. So it is what it is. But I tried to do one on the first day, the most recent one on the other side I have, which is from Survivor Series, and then one exactly in the middle when you were 9, because it's 18th. So happy birthday, Dylan. Love you, kid.
Yeah, happy birthday, Goob.
It's crazy. I'm a parent of an adult. I don't want to.
Yeah. Trust. I feel you.
I know. I know on your side, you got 9 months, dude.
Yep. Well, as for me, you can find me on Instagram at the Renegade JJ Williams, YouTube Casa D18 Studios, and the X at Casa D18 Studio. No S at the end of the X account. What's so funny, Jeff?
This fucking graphic still pops me.
I'm legit a little bit bummed that Noah can't just give the graphics some love, because there was a lot of hard work and love put into it.
Yeah, there was. Oh my
Like,
God.
even going as far as to take a selfie so that I could insert myself right there between Thea and JC with Chucky right in front of me.
Yeah. Good thing we have visual evidence, because out of context, inserting yourself between JC and Thea just sounds like a bad way. Yeah, anyway.
But so yeah, you can find me those places. Also, make sure that you follow the Simply Reliable Studios on X. I'm the primary person that mans that account, although Walter and James both get in it sometimes. Noah has the information, but I don't think he's ever logged into it and used it. Noah's a smart man. He avoids social media as much as he can anyway.
Yes.
So, but make sure you're following the Simply Reliable Studios on X, because that's where we make all our big announcements.
Yes.
That's where we stream some of our watch-alongs. That's where we've been streaming Shenanigans.
Yes.
Big announcements like people we have as special guests, because you can go back in the archives. Check out our interview with Rachel A. Check out our interview with Brittany Blake, Heather Lynn, Kaya McKenna, Leva Bates, Jasmine Allure, Kelly Bistis from Ladies Night Out, La Leona Alejandra Quintanilla, Dr. Redacted from this past week. On Monday, 7 p.m. Eastern, 4 Pacific, we will have Kayla Lopez, who will be featured on Ladies Night Out. On Tuesday, the emo queen herself, Brooke Havoc, will join us. On Thursday, Jocelyn Navarro will join us in a makeup sesh because she was supposed to be here on March 21st. And then on April 11th, we'll be welcoming Ed Laredo back to the show for that Mike Tenay and Don West Hit You Hard, Go Home final show. Hey, if you haven't bought your tickets yet for Poder Mania, what the fuck you doing? Buy them now, because you're only a few days away at that point. So next week is going to be busy as fuck.
And if you're not going to Vegas, I'm going to be on the call for that for here.
Yeah, with Noah. And if you're available on those days, and I know you won't know until your schedule gets posted like the day before, but you're more than welcome to join, especially for the women-centric shows, because I'd love to have a female voice on the female watch-alongs.
Absolutely. I am here
When
for
is
that.
Poder Mania
Unfortunately,
again?
that would be Wednesday, the 15th.
The 15th.
3 local times, so that's 5 for you because you're central.
Yeah. Okay.
She's the oddball in the group. Everyone is either Eastern time or Pacific time, and she's central.
Yes. Yeah. I'll send this to you, Jay, so you can see it. I am ready through WrestleMania, man. Let's fucking go.
I will probably know. Wait, so let's see. Now I'm gonna double check here for something. Okay, so.
But yeah, Poder, Ladies Night Out, Spark Joshi, all the women's focus shows, you're definitely more than welcome to join on. And then your availability for other shows, you're always welcome to jump in wherever you can.
Sweet. So for this upcoming week, so for Tuesday schedule, I'll know for sure. Yeah. So for this upcoming Tuesday, that will be from April. That'll be from April 10th to the 16th. So
Okay.
I'll let you know if I'm available then.
Okay.
And then I won't know for like Bloodsport and all the others until that following Tuesday, the 14th.
Okay. What's your available this Tuesday? Are you available this Tuesday?
I unfortunately am not. I have work.
Darn, I thought you would like to be there for the Brooke Havoc interview.
Oh, absolutely. I am an emo kid myself, so.
I thought you were. That's why I was like, let's get Ash in there if she can join and get a little emo conversation going.
I would love that, but unfortunately, I'm opening shop that night, so I can listen in while I'm opening up for like a brief hour and a half, and then once those doors open, that's when I have to head on out.
No
sadly.
worries. Well, hopefully the show is only about an hour and a half. The interviews have been between an hour to an hour and a half, so.
I would have loved to join for that, but unfortunately, yeah.
No, I get you. But yeah, so that is where you can find me and check out all those interviews. Like I said, there's so much and so much more in store. We're working on interviews post-Mania. We've already got one locked in for after WrestleMania. Time and date still need to be completely ironed out, but at least the talent is locked in. And if I can find the graphic, because, I've got so much freaking shit on my desktop. Then I'll go ahead and load it in. There it is. Because it was announced after the Dr. Redacted interview this Thursday that either Friday, April 24th or Saturday, April 25th, based on, availability and everything, we will be welcoming one half of the former House of Glory Tag Team Champions, Midas Black, to the show.
Whoa. That's awesome.
In addition to being a former House of Glory Tag Champion, Midas Black has definitely got some stuff that I want to dive deep into his brain in, as he has been trained by, amongst other people, the Amazing Red, and he is a student of the modern day dungeon with Maddie and TJ.
Ooh, nice.
So I want to talk to him about the dungeon.
Oh yeah.
I will definitely be wearing my Natty by Nature shirt, and if I have one by then, that's straight out of the dungeon shirt, because goddamn, I need that shirt, Jeff.
I know you do.
You don't know. I
I
need
do
that
know.
shirt.
No, Jay, I cannot tell you how giddy I was. WWE Shop, I made a purchase this last week. One of the shirts will be here Monday because it's already in stock. That's my first ever Bella Twin shirt.
Oh, yeah.
All the years I've been friends, never bought a Bella Twin shirt. I feel like an asshole of a friend, so I finally got that. But since they're not being shipped until after like May 1st or whatever, I'll get this one about May 6th, the WWE Natty shirt that they put out. Did you see that?
I saw that one, yeah, the low-key
That
legend
one,
shirt.
if you can't get your hands on the, straight out the dungeon, which again, you've got to go up there and smooch some Natalia booty, which, I'm sure that'd be such a challenge for you.
I mean,
the things we got to do for our fandom, Jay, it's just, we suffer for the craft, by God.
Maybe if I show up in my Natty by Nature shirt, she'll,
I think as long as you show up, even because, I know she remembers us because, one of our former panelists, who shall not be named, interacted with her when she was in their area, and she remembered, and then she definitely remembered me when I went to the book signing. So she knows who we are. We're buds. So yeah, just show up, having one of your shirts on, and she'll send it your way.
When is that book signing again?
Oh,
I remember it was Thursday. It was Thursday at the Horseshoe.
I think it's this. Yeah, it's the 16th at the Horseshoe, I believe. I'll look it up and we'll talk off air.
Because I think the problem was that it was at the same time as the WWE ID showcase, which we have tickets for.
I believe you're correct.
So my only hope is that if she has some, she has them at Bloodsport.
Yeah, that's fair too. She might.
Because I will be at Bloodsport.
Oh, I know you will.
Rocking my Natty by Nature shirt, damn it.
Yes.
But
I'm so happy for her and Shayna. God damn, dude.
Hell yeah.
Ballers fight.
They're gonna fuck. That has to be semi-main. If that's not semi-main, I'm gonna be pissed.
Yeah, because I don't expect Josh and Yuji to not main event. Like, I get that. Fucking Nagata, for crying out loud.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, Nagata and Barnett.
Oh, shit.
Right?
Yeah.
Right?
Look, we've even got Ash's interest there.
There's a lot of blood sports that I have to catch up on. I'm probably just going to end up binging all of them because I have to watch last year's and the year before that.
Well, last year there was 2, I think. Well, no, I think there were 3 because there was Mania week, then there was SummerSlam week, and then in November, I think there was Bloodsport London.
Yeah, that's what I was about to say. I remember there was being a UK one.
Which that one didn't have the talents like the normal ones do. It was all UK exclusive talent, which I know that you like some UK wrestling, so you might be more familiar with some of them than I was, but the Mania week and the SummerSlam week are definitely must watches though.
Yeah.
Especially since that was kind of like the heart of the low-key legends rise.
Yes.
So those 2 are definitely must-sees.
Yeah, I think the only one of the Bloodsport match I saw was Natalia versus who was it?
Yamashita?
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, I was gonna say that, but I wasn't sure if it was her. But oh my god, that was wicked.
Yeah,
that was freaking wicked.
Yeah, last year was the debut of Natty, and it was against Yamashita, and then in August she fought Masha. So
yeah, and now she's fighting Shayna, top tier talent all the way around.
I'm saying,
yeah.
And I'm looking forward to seeing Yamashita because she was part of our big, match of the year winner.
Yes.
Which that's part of why I really wanted to be there tonight, because with Megan, she was part of that match too. It was Megan, Billy, and me against Bustin' the Brain and Marcus. And like all of them still need their awards for that because Bustin' the Brain got their tag team of the year, but we hadn't decided the match of the year when I saw them for that. So I haven't been able to give them those awards yet. And when I went to the show in February, they arrived late and they kind of bounced out early because they had to get to another booking. So I didn't get to see them to give it to those in February. So I'm looking to hand out a bunch of awards while we're out there.
Hell yeah, dude.
And get pictures. So I'm so glad that Megan is on this show now for spring break because I'll get to see her. I'll be seeing Miyu at Bloodsport. I'll be seeing Billy at a show. I forget which one, but she's going to be at a show. Or I'm going to see her at WrestleCon. Oh, no, she's going to be on Poder.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Billy got added to the pre-show match, so I'll see her there. I'll see Bustin' the Brain multiple times. I'll see Marcus on the ID showcase, if not sooner. So I'll be able to give all of them those awards. So, like, I'm very much looking forward to Vegas. But again, we can get into all that later. We're trying to get out of here.
Right.
Thank you to everybody for watching and tuning in. To the 14 of y'all that are still tuned in, we appreciate you. We love you. Again, this coming week's going to be crazy. We're going to be on the airwaves a lot. Again, Monday, 7 p.m. Eastern, 4 Pacific, Kayla Lopez. Tuesday, 8 Eastern, 5 Pacific, Brooke Havoc. Thursday, 8 Eastern, 5 Pacific, Jocelyn Navarro. Saturday, normal time, Shenanigans, 8 Eastern, or 11 Eastern, 8 Pacific, with Ed Laredo to kick things off. And then once Ed leaves and we switch streams, it'll be karaoke time. It'll be our annual WrestleMania karaoke.
I know.
So make sure you have your money, y'all, because PayPals are the way to do that.
Yes.
We $5 a spin, $25 if you want to call somebody out and say, I want Jeff Meacham to sing Strike Force Girls in Cars. And then Jeff has to do that shit.
I'll pre-record it if I need to because I ain't going to be there, but I'll pre-record it.
I know. I'm just giving an example.
I know.
You know.
And thank you, Kayla, for reposting JJ's announcement about the postponement. Appreciate you.
Yes. She's been a lot of the people have been on top of it and have
they have
sharing the IG posts to their stories and sharing my stories to their stories. A lot of the talent we've been having have been following us back.
Yep.
Whether it's been the personal pages or the SRS page.
Yep.
Kayla followed me on IG because that's the way I've been communicating with her.
There you go.
So, again, huge shout out to all the girls and guys that have been showing us love. We can't wait to have more of y'all on the show and hopefully network with a bunch of y'all come Mania. I think Friday is going to be my laundry day. And I'm going to start packing my suitcase Friday after I do all that stuff because a week from Tuesday, I'm on a Greyhound to Vegas, you know. Me and Walter will be sitting together doing Simply Predicting for night 2 of WrestleMania. For night 1, we'll be in separate places because he'll still be at home, I'll be at home. But come night 2 on Tuesday, we'll be sitting in front of the same computer on screen. First time ever we'll be meeting each other that day. It's going to be a huge what the fuck for some of the crowd. So,
right.
Because we're like, wait a minute, we're chill. And now.
And the only reason that works is we're going at 11 p.m. Pacific. No, Eastern.
8 Pacific.
8 Pacific. Yeah. After Raw Monday, after NXT, ish Tuesday.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So.
Which Noah, thank you for that, by the way.
Yeah.
All right.
So thank you all for joining us. And until Monday night when we welcome Kayla Lopez, we'll catch y'all next time.